Freddy. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Q and Kobe. I am Q. This is Kobe, and this is our guest, Mac. How you doing, Mac?
I'm good, Quincy. I'm happy to be on here, man. Happy to be joining you guys once again.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm much happier than when we started the intro because Ryan Howard cashed out 3 straight threes over the Fever, and I'm getting my get back a little bit. You know, just a little bit of piece of time here.
Bit by bit.
Yeah, bit by bit, because Ryan wasn't making threes at all versus the Mystic, and I was worried. I was like, does she suck? Do we need to trade her? I'm tired of having to talk about this shit. It's been a fun few weeks here. We've had a fun few days. What topic do we want to start off with? Do we want to let Mac choose because he's the guest?
Yeah, Mac, you choose. You're the guest.
No. That's all you guys. That's all you.
I insist.
I mean, do we want to let the guy who is the reason why we're late pick or no?
Well, you mean Cove?
Yeah. You go ahead.
Wow.
How the guest beat you in, Cove? How the guest beat you in?
That's crazy. Listen, bro. I came here from the gym. You know what I'm saying? Trying to eat a little something real quick. I did send you the link. I sent you the link as soon as I walked in the door. I sent you the link. I was like, all right, came in from the gym. Had to get myself together real quick, but we here. You know what we should talk about, y'all? We should talk about.
Don't talk about that damn funky ass trade you was offering up on Twitter. That's
first of all, I didn't offer that. That was my guy Cleve. That was my guy Cleve TA who offered that.
No, don't do this.
I didn't do it. No. I didn't put it out there.
You said Japanese Jordan Connect 4 would thrive in Cleveland. What does that imply?
They would. Japanese Jordan would thrive in Cleveland.
Okay.
In what way?
As
the starting power forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We need to get smaller?
Thrive here.
So we need to get somebody who's less good at screening than Jared Allen and smaller than Jared Allen.
If you want to talk about who shows up more in the postseason, I mean, hey.
Yay, look, man, we need to make a three, sure. But Jared Allen had
participation trophy.
Games.
What are we talking about?
Wait. Jared Allen was not one of the no-shows in the playoffs.
Oh, tell that to Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah,
because they disagree with you.
Yeah, that was not great. That was not
games.
they disagree.
Channing went at him. Channing went at him in that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he had two. If Jared Allen, if they would have won the series and Jared had 2 20-point games in the series, you'd be like, oh, Jared was Jared.
Yeah.
Like, what do we expect out of fucking Jared Allen?
I expect you to have more than 6 rebounds in 2 games.
Yeah, that's
I expect that. Making everything.
Well, I still need you to get more than 6 rebounds total.
Nah, dog. We poking at Jared Allen, dog. We just be poking at him. He's fine. Like he is the least.
No, we are not doing this. I watched Aaron Gordon on one leg grab 5 rebounds in a quarter, and you telling me I'm expecting too much from Jared Allen to get 6 rebounds total, more than 6 rebounds total in 2
Okay,
games?
are Jared Allen and Aaron Gordon the same level of player?
I mean, I think Jared Allen should be able to grab rebounds at 6'10".
Okay, but he's getting he got you what? Double-doubles 2 times out of the 5 games, 22 points. I think that's fine out of Jared. Like
in the last 2 games, he had 6 rebounds.
Did the Cavs lose the last 2 games because they didn't rebound enough? They out-rebounded Indiana both games.
Still, he can't.
It doesn't matter. Like this is what I'm saying. Like we're focusing on Jared Allen rebounds. I'm sorry, the rebounding didn't cost the Cavs the series. It didn't cost the Cavs the last 2 games. It didn't fucking matter in the series. You know why the rebounding didn't matter? Because Indy shot like 50% from 3. You shot 30. Like the rebounding did not fucking matter at that point. You're not going to rebound your way out of a 20-point difference in 3-point shooting alone. You're not out rebounding your way out of that. Like this is what I'm saying. Like Jared is like either going to be a symptom, but he's not going to be the driving force. And people are like focusing on Jared. Like if you get a better performance out of Jared, you win that series. I don't think it matters if Jarrett gets 10 rebounds, 15 rebounds at the end of those last 2 games. It's like, okay, does Darius still shoot 1 of 15? Does Donovan still shoot 1 of 10 from 3? Like, if that happens, you're cooked. That's to me the bigger story is like, why did the 3-point shooting get so cold for a team that was number 1 for most of the year at 3-point shooting? And like, this is not the first time we've watched the Cavs in the playoffs and go, man, what happened to our shooting? Right? Like, I think that's the bigger question. And it's not just coming from the guys that we're like, oh, these guys don't rise in the playoffs. It's Donovan Mitchell, one of the biggest playoff risers of all time. Right? Like, we talked about it, 40 points back to back, can't drain a fucking 3. Right? And I think that, to me, like, when we're talking about Jarrett and rebounding in a series where Indy just outshot you to the degree that we're doing, we're feeding into this narrative like, oh, it was just like the New York series. It wasn't like the New York series. Like, we didn't get bullied up and down. We didn't get out rebounded in this series. That's not what happened. Obi Toppin made a bunch of what was his fucking name? The dude they brought off the bench who made like 3 threes and he doesn't look like a 3-point shooter at all?
Ben Shepherd? You talking about Ben Shepherd? Who are you talking about?
No, it wasn't Ben Shepherd. It was like their power forward off the bench.
Was
Howard Bryant?
Jerace Walker? No, you talking about Thomas Bryant?
Thomas fucking Bryant made 3 threes in this series.
Shout out the former Laker.
Better from 3 percentage wise than Donovan Mitchell. That's
the former Laker, man.
That's why you got cooked. Right?
Always believed.
Yeah.
You shoot him off for a second.
Yeah. Like that's my frustration with the discussion of this series, because there are serious problems that the Cavs need to fix in this offseason. And some of it does have to do with the fact that you don't have a big, right? Evan Mobley is undersized weight-wise. Jarrett Allen is both not tall and not very big or physically imposing. So, like, yeah, some of that has to do with why the Cavs weren't able to get into their half-court sets, because they didn't have anybody strong enough to be able to screen off of the ball or something like that, to get the man off the ball the way that the Pacers were trying to press him. But I don't think it really had much to do with like the rebounding efforts there. Like, I thought the rebounding efforts were fine in this series. I thought the Cavs rebounded fine. It wasn't spectacular, but it was fine. They had some games where they out-rebounded offensively, did some really good performance there. Like, I can't sit here and say rebounding was the biggest problem. It's shot making, one, and then just the lack of faith in your identity to the point to where you're not willing to take shots that you take all the time, and it's just stymieing up the offense. You don't have a backup point guard that can run the offense outside of Darius Garland, so when he's out, the whole thing turns to shit. And you can duct tape it over with a couple of Donovan Mitchell 30-point games for a little while, but it's not going to hold up long term. And I'm shocked that I wasn't even thinking about that shit going into the playoffs, that we didn't have a true backup point guard. Ty Jerome, probably not very useful when he's trying to play point guard, right? Especially in the playoffs, does not have the handle or the agility to get down court in any meaningful way when he's being pressed. So there's just like, there's so many other things I'd rather talk about with the Cavs than like have the debate about if they're physical or if they're tough enough. I don't think this shit really had to do with toughness as much as it had to do with everything around this team falling apart and then them not being confident enough to try to break through it in any meaningful way. And maybe that had to do with the fact that they were injured, but you know, something's got to be adjusted this offseason.
Well, and even to kind of build off that too, like, especially the way that this series played out in particular, again, and I know we can look at, you know, so many different things between the Benedict Mathurin, you know, checks every now and then, or like the Aaron Nesmith missed call, whatever. We can get into all of that. But again, at the end of the day, I look at the fact that game one, you lost by 9 points. You shot 9 of 38 from the floor. You shot 23.7% from 3. You lost by 1 point in game two without, you know, Darius or Evan or DeAndre Hunter, and you shot 28% from 3, and you lost by a single point. And a lot of that was because of your own fault down the stretch. But then game 3, you won, even though you shot less than 30%. The one game that you actually shot above or actually shot decently was 40% in game 4, but you got your ass blown out. So, like, it doesn't matter. Game 5, pause. But game 5, 25% from 3.
You ain't even have to pause that.
Yeah, 25%. 25% from 3 in game 5.
I was like, why are we pausing? Like,
I don't know.
Pause that.
I don't know. We rolling along. 9 of 35 from deep in game 5. You lose
just
by
shoot
9.
through it, player.
Look, I appreciate it. We keep rolling. I don't know. But
slow,
no,
man.
dude, no, like the 3-point shooting is the whole reason why this Cavs team, like, it shouldn't have been 4-1. Honestly, God.
And the thing that I want to be careful that I don't do, right, is because it's real easy to say they outshot you and basically go, okay, well, you got outshot. I don't think it's as simple as that, because this is not the first time I feel like the Cavs have had a disappointing shooting performance in the playoffs.
That's fair.
Right? So that's where I'm like, I want to make sure that, like, the real problem with if you look at the box scores, that's going to be what jumps out every game is the Pacers were shooting unbelievable, above what they did in the regular season from the floor and 3, which they're risers, right? And you shot unbelievable. Like, I could get if you dropped to like 36% from 3, right? Like, that would have been a normal acceptable drop, but you went from a 45% team to a sub 30 team. Like, we're talking, I don't even think the Magic shot that bad in their opening series against
4 out of 5
the
games.
Celtics, right?
4 out of 5 games.
And in the one game you shot 40% was because Jalen Tyson went crazy in fucking dummy time, right? Like, it wasn't even a real, you were like 22% at the halftime part. So this is the thing that I just find so strange about what happened to the Cavs. And, like, it's important to figure out how much of this was like, okay, they did something to take you out of rhythm, which should account for some drop in 3-point percentage, but no defense is going to account for a 15-point drop in 3-point percentage. Like, that's where I'm like, that is a little bit abnormal. That's strange. That's where it felt like God ain't want you to win one. But you still have to be able to be more competitive in this series, even if your 3 isn't dropping. And to Cole's point, I think that's where it would have helped if you had a more physical basketball team on you. The question is, like, how compatible is that to what they have built already? They're already an undersized team. Like, I don't know how much you can Frankenstein monster this thing into being a team that can win off power. Like, maybe you get a bigger center, right? You could bring in Steven Adams, but then who's going to play at the end of games? Because it's probably not going to be Steven Adams, right? He's going to get taken.
It would have to be Mobley. It would have to be Mobley at the 5.
Yeah, it would have to be Mobley, and then DeAndre playing the 4, right? And then who would you? What, Max Strus at the 3?
Yeah. I think the conversation that people don't want to have about the Cavs, and I know Laker fan, everybody's gonna tell me shut up, but like. When you look at the roster, bro, like it always comes back to that for me. Every time I watch them in the playoffs, I'm like, hey man, the way that this roster is built, I just don't know. Like, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it. And the fact that they lost to the Pacers of all teams, and no disrespect to the Indiana Pacers, because the Pacers are
playing the best basketball of that round. Like, no team was playing better basketball than the Pacers.
And I get it, but even looking at how they're built, I'm just like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Their guards, the Cavs guards are getting outplayed by Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, and fucking TJ McConnell.
I don't think outplayed.
Oh, TJ definitely outplayed Ty Jerome, 100%.
Yeah, TJ outplayed Ty Jerome. We really didn't get to see much of Darius Garland healthy in this series.
And Darius wasn't healthy, and that might be another issue that it needs to.
And that's the next thing I want to talk about, though, is like, because I was having this conversation with Tony, and like, I think Tony's right when he says, like, if the Cavs were healthy this whole series, I think they do get out that series.
Tony said that to me too.
And I agree with that. The issue that I have is, and I brought this up with him, is Darius Garland somebody you can trust to stay healthy?
There we go.
Because the way he plays, his size, it doesn't seem like it feels like just relying on him to be healthy is like relying on Anthony Davis to like finally fucking like not get hurt during the playoffs. And even when that happens, it's like something else around it might go wrong. I think if you're the Cavs, if you're going to be this reliant on Darius's skill set, you have to have somebody who can not be the same as Darius, but provide similar value to this team, especially like with the handle, because like that's the thing that jumped out to me. I don't know if it jumped out to y'all. I was like, oh, we have no handles on this team.
Yeah.
Like outside of Darius, there are no handles on it. Ty got no handle. Donovan's handle is cool for like attacking the rim, but if he's behind the fucking half court line, he's got nothing, right? Who we really throwing is like Evan Mobley. I was like, legit, you got to get the ball to Evan because he's the second best handle on the team.
Domo made, I hate bringing him up, but Domo made a great point.
When he cooks, he cooks.
When he cooks, he cooks. When he makes a great point, he makes a great point.
Curtis is somewhere fuming right now.
furious that I even mentioned his name. Furious. But he made a great point in the space in the space we did after they lost. He was like, do you understand how disrespectful it is for a coach to run a full court press every single game in the playoff series in the NBA and you not, because he knows that you can't beat it? Do you know how disrespectful that is? No, he's like, we gonna press you because you don't have anybody who could beat it.
Yeah.
We saw what happened to that full court press when Darius was like healthy for 3 quarters. It was like, okay, that shit's done with. Like, you can't run this shit, right? But that's the thing, is like, that can't be a weakness, right? Like that you gotta have another handle on the roster. Like, I think there are ways, especially in today's NBA, where there's not a boogeyman anymore, right? Like, Boston's not a boogeyman. Clearly, Cleveland's not a boogeyman. Even Oklahoma City, they don't feel boogeyman-ish at all, right? Like, there's no big boogeyman, big boss in the NBA. So I think with how the Cavs, like, main core 4, whatever you want to call it, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, I think you can win a championship if things go right for that core. I do think, though, if that's going to be your core, you need to probably have some other pieces in reserve to kind of supplement them. It might make you a worse regular season team, but I think it'll pay dividends in the postseason. Like, I was just thinking during that series, I would fucking murder somebody for Lonzo Ball on this team. Like, or it makes you remember when we were going after Ben Simmons to be the backup center for this team. And I wonder, like, hey, could he have made a difference? And that's where I'm like, it's a problem, right? Like,
so something you said makes me believe that they need to consider. I'm not saying they should do it, but you at least got to consider changing the roster. Because when you tell me, like, if you keep this group of guys together, maybe we get like a run where everything just goes right for the team, and then they win a title. If you got it,
my bad.
If you got to think about it like that, then I kind of feel like we in a bad spot.
But if that's how everybody is, though, right now.
I don't think so, because I don't think Boston
in the finals right now.
I don't think Boston was there. They got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So like Boston wasn't thinking like that. They're like, hey, as long as we're healthy,
is in that place. Jason Tatum has an Achilles tear.
They're gonna blow that. They're gonna blow that team. They're gonna blow that team up now because Jason got hurt. But I'm saying
going forward.
Going into the playoffs, they weren't thinking like that. Like, oh, we need to get the right man. No, they were like, as long as we're healthy, we're gonna be whoever we play. And then they got hurt, and then you know what I'm saying?
That team was built before this iteration of the CBA. Really, like that's the other part of it too.
To counter your point, though, Boston was down 3-1 before Jason Tatum got hurt.
That's also fair too.
They were.
Like they were well on their way to going 3-1, down 3-1 before Jason Tatum got hurt.
I think if he doesn't get hurt, I think they're going to come back and win that series. But like
I think that's just because we don't respect New York, right? Like, I think at some point we just don't respect New York, right? Like,
and listen, I mean, as the guy that said that the Knicks would get swept, yeah, absolutely.
If we don't respect you, there's usually a reason we don't respect you.
They were probably going to come out that series and win it. Like, I think it's crazy to say, oh, they would have went down 3-1, but a healthy Jason Tatum would have won 3 games in a row with how inconsistent Boston has been from 3 this whole playoffs. Like, I think that's a bit of a leap there that I'm not comfortable.
I still would have been like, yeah.
I feel like that's New York at this point.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, but I think that's just where everybody is now, right? Like there's no LeBron, even the team that has LeBron, he's not Bron anymore, right? We've had that conversation on this pod. There's no guy that you're like, oh, I mean, like I think the closest you could get is Jokic.
Yeah.
No, I think
because they got the 7 games against OKC with an interim head coach, and I'm like, that has only because they got Jokic. Right, like that's the only guy in the league that's like that, right?
And with
right
Aaron
now.
Gordon having one leg.
Yeah, and like even with Oklahoma City, Shea's really good, but like
the rest of them dudes is kind of like, the rest of them dudes is kind of like.
It ain't like Minnesota thinking to themselves, this ain't a year where we can actually get to the finals, right? Like this ain't like if this were that Thunder team with like 2018 Bron, the Minnesota Timberwolves would be like, we're fucked. We got nothing, right? There's no dude like that in the NBA right now. It's just not happening. So I think that's a fine place to be at for a team, especially like realistically, what can the Cavs really do to elevate themselves above that standing? Like that's just kind of where they're at. Like even with the Lakers, right? Like the Lakers are at a place where they're like, well, let's see what we can get around Luka, and then maybe shit goes right and we get to the finals, and then we'll see what happens because we got Luka and LeBron in the finals, right? Like it's nobody's at the place where they could just build such a dominant team that they can just walk to the finals in the way that we are used to in our lives seeing teams do. So I think that's fine for the Cavs to be at. I'm just saying, like, there needs to be less variance on what this team looks like. And what I think we witnessed during this playoff run was we are far too susceptible to there being too wide of a variance of what we can look like on the basketball court, because there's no excuse we should look that bad ever. We should never shoot under 30%. I don't care what the excuse is. The ball stopped moving, right? I think Tony brings that point up where we just stopped passing the fucking ball after a while. And
Hero ball, baby, hero ball.
Yeah, we reverted. I know people were like calling it JB ball, but it's just like, this is what happens when you don't trust what the fuck you're doing anymore, right? When Dean Wade has an open 3 and he's right, and then everybody else, Ty Jerome's doing the push-ups, right, with the basketball, and then nobody's shooting it, right? This is what the offense is going to look like. And it just all melted down for this Cavs team in such a horrific way. And I think it's fair to say a lot of this had to do with Darius being hurt, but it can't come down to just that. Like, you got to be able to withstand 4 games in the playoffs where Darius doesn't play, because that's probably going to happen next year, right? Evan's probably going to miss a game, right? Like, Donovan, I'm shocked he didn't miss any games, because the way this dude was throwing his body, and by the way, nothing makes me appreciate just how crazy LeBron is in his prime, because like I would watch LeBron go to the rim that much and he would never fall to the floor. And then you watch Donovan Mitchell try to be Bron, like one time he falls to the floor like 20 times. You're like, damn, I guess LeBron was just eating that shit this whole time. Like the amount of and ones LeBron has where he doesn't even touch the ground is crazy, right? Where like nothing other than his feet touch the ground. So yeah, you're undersized, but I think you can overcome that and get to a finals and get to a championship and win one. I think also another thing, and look, I know people were blaming this on the coach. I'm sorry. I'm as Evan Mobley pilled as you can be, but at some point the young man has to get to the top of the key and Julius Randle that motherfucker, right? And you know what I mean when I say Julius Randle that. Get up there.
I don't think I do.
Oh, you don't remember this from the Lakers series where Ant-Man was playing around with the ball, going in and out, and then he got back to the 3-point line, and then Julius Randle was standing there right next to him. Give me that shit. And it just went, got 2 clutch buckets, right? Like just went on a run against the Lakers in the elimination game. You should go back and watch that last quarter. It was a nice little showing from Julius Randle there. But that's what I mean. Like, it's okay. Kenny has to get Evan involved, sure, but Evan got to want the fucking ball. And I don't think he wants the ball in the fourth quarter, right? Or he doesn't demand the ball in the fourth quarter.
Okay, that's better. I was about to say, I don't think it's that he doesn't want the ball.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like you wonder if he feels like he deserves the ball.
You got to call for it.
I think this is what he thinks. I think, especially in that last game, because in that last game, Evan was cooking. Like, Evan was cooking the entire time.
Evan,
but I think he thinks
both of your point,
because he's cooking, he thinks they're going to give him the ball. They're just going to give him the ball, and that's not how it's going to work.
That's never how it's going to work, right? Especially with two guards that score in an elimination game.
You gotta force them.
Yes,
you gotta force them to give you the ball.
That's why I say Julius Randle. I'm not going to the block. Give me the ball.
especially when they're both struggling and they're both like injured and hampered and struggling and clearly don't have it going. It was his responsibility to be like, "Hey, y'all ain't got it right now. I do. Yeah, and give me the ball."
To bolster your point, Evan Mobley, everybody, like when we're talking about this, who do you think shot the best from three?
Evan Mobley.
Well, we know Evan Mobley did, but outside of Evan, who would you assume shot the best from three?
Definitely not Max Strus.
He's actually in the top.
He is in the top. Even after that, even after that 0 for 9?
Brother, Donovan Mitchell went 1 of 15 in one of these games.
Hey, no, real quick. I gotta bring this up because this is hilarious. Max Strus before the game saying, if you don't believe, don't show up. And then going 0 for 9 in the game.
I'm gonna cut Max some slack.
Cut him some slack for that bullshit. Don't you dare.
No,
don't you dare.
He still came out, and the funniest part is
Max Strus is far down the list of Cavs that pissed me off there.
Hold on. Wait. No. Q, I'm with you. I'm with you on this.
Nothing.
Look, for as much as you want to give Jared Allen crap and everything like that too, Max Strus still had 7 boards in that fucking game. Like, he still came away with 7 boards in that game.
I'm glad he was rebounding the ball. I'm glad he was doing something.
I have no problem with Max Strus in that series. Like, we needed Max Strus to score 20 points twice, and he scored 20 points one time in the regular season. Max Strus had that game that he had in game 5 because we allowed it to happen, right? Like that to me is Darius's fault. It's Evan Mobley's fault, and it's Donovan Mitchell's fault. Because why the fuck is Max Strus thinking, okay, I guess I got to drive to the hoop? Like, why is that the onus that he has? And like, you're watching the game and you're like, fuck it, give Max a try at the hoop because nobody else is making shots. And I'm like, at that point, that's not Max's fault. He a victim of circumstance at that point. That boy, he was he's the only Cav in that series that I could, other than Donovan Mitchell from 2-point, right? That I'm like, okay. He tried to win the fucking series. Like, it was Max Strus, it was Donovan Mitchell. I thought Jared Allen was neutral, and Evan Mobley was good in the series, but just never took the fucking reins, right? And I think that's a bigger problem here that needs to be addressed.
I just want to say one thing. I am shooting Max Strus absolutely no bail, and I'm not shooting him any bail because let me tell you something, brother. You did not have to say that before the game. You didn't have to say anything. As a matter of fact, you're not even the one
to say it publicly. The other players are the ones that brought it up.
You're not even the one who's supposed to say that. To be for real, you're not supposed to say that.
Somebody had to say something.
Yeah.
We went down 3-1.
And you know what? If somebody got to say something, it can't be Max Strus. It can't be Max Strus.
Out of anybody on this roster, he's one of the only dudes that's actually been to the finals. So I'll go ahead and actually appreciate him saying that.
No, I need Evan or Donovan to say some shit like that, not Max fucking Strus.
Some shit like that, and Max was echoing it. I don't have a problem with Max Strus saying that. That is a perfectly normal quote to say before a game 5. He just went over whatever, so it becomes a fucking meme. But honestly, I got no problem with how Max Strus played in the series. We can sensationalize it all we want, but again, Max Strus not the biggest problem for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers in that series. Not even close to a problem. Honestly, was on the other side of the things that were problems for the Cavs, right? Ty Jerome, well, that was a problem. That was a real problem for the Cavs, right? Like, Darius Garland's toe, that was a massive issue for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell's inability to make a three-pointer at all in this series, that was painful for the Cavs, right? Like Max Strus having a one bad game, I expected Max Strus to have a fucking bad game after he had all those like good games where I'm like, damn, he looked like Ty Jerome right now. Like there was too much pressure on Max Strus scoring in this series to begin with. Like, and he was one of the only people showing up all series, so I guess he gets to say it. Like, I don't really care about that part.
And to build off that too, you know, obviously, you know, you had Strus for the entire season and everything like that. I want to see what this team looks like next year with a full season of DeAndre Hunter as well. Like, you know, with him coming in.
We got to talk about Mr. Hunter.
Yeah. Like with him getting acclimated to the rest of the roster, I want to see how he looks with the rest of this team. Because honestly, it wouldn't shock me if he's your starting 3 next year.
Yeah, but okay. Now, if we want to actually complain about somebody who does not rebound on a consistent basis.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
You don't rebound.
He has no interest in rebounding basketball. To the point to where when we needed rebounds, we put Dean Wade in.
I don't understand.
That could be better.
I don't understand how you 6'8" and you just like.
I don't understand how you 6'8" and that big. Like he's not like a surprising 6'8". He is a giant 6'8". Like clearly works out.
He got a good wing. He got a good wingspan and everything. You can't grab 5 rebounds every game.
The brother clearly squats and bench press. That'll make you want to move people more.
Like
when I be lifting weights and shit, I be not waiting to be able to move somebody the fuck out the way. Like you.
I mean, he was playing with Trae Young, so I mean, I'm not really surprised when it comes to the rest of that team. So
no, because you play with Trae Young, there is such a deficit of that there's somebody that needs to do that, right? Like, anyways, yeah, I guess I've been frustrated with the discourse around the Cavs because, like, I get it. Nationally, people are going to default to stupid shit, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But like locally, we're like devolving into conversations that are not really pertinent to what actually happened in that series.
Can we talk on the internet for like the last 5?
Hold on, wait. Cole, what did you say?
We're going Optimus Prime there one more time.
Damn, Cole, it don't seem like the FBI trying to shut you out, dog. What you saying?
Bro, he's got that NES resolution right now.
All right, try to say it now.
Am I good?
Yeah, you good now.
Damn, what's going on?
I don't know. You tell
that
her.
Don't usually happen to me.
Your turn, brother.
Oh damn! Oh,
that's what they all say. On me. That's what they all say.
Fez is on me. I'm gonna have to snitch on somebody, but anyway, like what I was saying is this: I've been seeing terrible Cavs trades on the internet for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the worst. Like people was talking about trading Darius for Drew Holiday. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Shout
out Lima. Shout out Lima.
That's what you're
doing. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Shout out Lima. Like Lima's a good dude, but I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
That's not what you're trying to do, man. That's not what you're trying to do. Drew's gonna be 30. Drew's gonna be 34, and he's gonna be 35 the next 2 years in the last 2 years of his deal. He already is starting to look his age. You're not trying to trade Darius Garland for him, bro. You're not trying to do that.
I won't name names, but
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how you watch this team play without Darius Garland and think, hey man, you know what we need to do? Trade the point guard that we have.
Like, yeah, it's gonna run. You're gonna run into an issue. Like if you're saying that the kind of point guard that they have, they need to try to get a different archetype of point guard. I can listen to you. I'd listen to you. I think that's a conversation worth having. However, how are you getting that point guard on the team is the question.
Mm-hmm. Because you could say, oh, well, Drew Holiday, when Drew Holiday gets hurt, you're in the same fucking spot you are in right now. Right. Like if you can add Drew Holiday to this team, yeah, that'd be great. Right. If we can add, I think somebody brought up Dennis Schroeder. I don't think that the Pistons are going to be in a rush to not bring him back. Right. But it's like, you know what? I think the funniest one would be Lonzo, but I think honestly Lonzo would fit really well here.
I would really like Lonzo, honestly.
Lonzo would fit any contender. Lonzo Ball would fit any contender.
Yeah, like if you had to, right, you could replace Ty Jerome's minutes with Lonzo and be fine.
Yeah.
I actually think that would improve the team. Honestly.
Especially his defense, man. I think his defense gets lost in there too. Like
I think that's the Cavs' biggest issue. I think their point of attack defense is just it's not where it needs to be if you're trying to win a title. Like it's not. It's not where you need to be if you're trying to win a title.
I don't know because like
how could you watch that? How could you watch that series and doubt it, bro? Like it's not where it needs to be.
Because there was so much bullshit going in for the Pacers, man. Like there were so many times I was like, yes, that's not bad defense. This is Pascal made a one-legged jumper.
The funniest thing about the Pacers is like everybody thinks it's like, oh, these shots are bullshit, and then they just keep making them.
That's the thing about they was making tough shots. Like I don't know what else you like. There could have been better defense played, right? But I think what killed the Cavs more than anything was like these just spurts, these half quarters they had where they just could not fucking score. Yeah. Right, like that to me, I think was more of a burden on the team. The Pacers are going to be able to score. The Pacers are going to be able to run pace. That's what they do really well. You're not going to be able to just shut that down unless that's what you do as a basketball team, right? And the Cavs aren't a defense-first basketball team, but they showed that they could limit it enough to have won the series if they were just fucking shooting normally, right? Like we talk about the last game. The game was what? They had the worst third quarter of all time. I don't know what the stats say about it, but visually that was the worst third quarter I ever watched. And I watched some Mike Brown Cavs third quarters, which were notoriously awful. Yeah. And like, I was like, oh, they're only down 9. And then they like went the whole second half of the fourth quarter without making a shot. And I'm like, this is the stuff that I like you can't overcome, right? Like even if you play great defense, which sometimes the Pacers and the Cavs were both missing shots, and then the Cavs just went cold longer than the Pacers went cold. Like even when the Pacers missed a bunch of shots at the beginning of this game, they just microwaved hot right at the end of the half, and then they got fined. They brought the score back up. That kind of shit just wasn't happening for Cleveland. Some of that is people not rising to the occasion. I think a lot of it was by the time we got to game 5, it was in everybody's head. Like whatever funk. Like I think game 4 did a number on them. That demoralized them. They were cooked after game 4. They tried to come out there with a little spurt, but they didn't. The second Tyrese showed any punch back, it was over, right? And this Cavs team, I think, more damagingly, and this is where you could tell that Kenny Atkinson was in his first year coaching. One, Kenny got outcoached pretty badly by Rick Carlisle. Not the worst thing in the world.
100%.
Not the worst thing in the world for him to get outcoached by Rick Carlisle when he's like second playoff series for real, third one total, right? Okay. I can live with that being a growing pain of a, relatively inexperienced coach. But that was painfully obvious. Rick Carlisle, coach circles around him, and he never caught up, right? That 3-2 zone that the Cavs were so confident in got just diced up in game 4 to a demoralizing degree. We didn't get out of it fast enough. And I think Kenny has, I don't want Kenny to have no trust in what he's doing, right? Like, I think if you abandon stuff because it's getting beat in the moment, you kind of lose some of that faith in your identity there. So I don't want him to become fickle, right? But the Cavs do have to have an identity on both sides of the floor that they just, all right, shit's getting bad. Let's just do what we do. Right?
Yeah.
They did not have that. Shit got bad, and they said, Donovan, please do something. Right?
Yeah.
Or shit got bad defensively, and they're like, all right, Evan, try to guard everybody on the perimeter and see what you could do there. Like, I don't think we were dying on defenses and offenses that we did not play all 64 games that you won in the regular season, right? We never went to 3-3-2, but now it's the end of the year and we're fucking dying playing on 3-2. My bad. I'm thinking I'm talking about Georgia right now on 3-2. Right, like it's stuff like that where I'm like, I think he got caught trying to make too many, like the whole Ty Jerome thing is like, okay, you don't play him, then you finally play him, and Ty's is finally making fucking these shots, right? You're wondering like, oh, could Ty have given us a boost at the end of the second half? Like he was your 6th man of the year candidate. And I get that he was playing awful, but you kind of just got to ride those guys out, right? These core guys to your lineup. You can't just abandon them because they're a little cold, or you got to figure out how to get something out of them. I think it was a huge learning experience for Kenny Atkinson, and I think you could just tell the inexperience that we had in the coaching side there in this matchup too with Rick Carlisle, who did his thing, man. Coach his ass off against us. And like some of this shit was just some shit that was so simple that nobody would dare to try to do. Right? Like the whole full court press. And this is the thing that drove me crazy because like I feel like I should have saw this coming. Because me and Tony were talking about the things we need to be prepared for. And we were like, oh, they're going to full court press you. It's just going to be annoying though. Yeah. I had no clue how devastating a full court press would be to this team if Darius is not out there.
Listen. That shouldn't happen. I'm sorry. That should not happen, dog. Like a full court press shouldn't take you completely out of your game in the NBA, bro. I'm sorry. It shouldn't happen. And to me, like this is everything you're saying to me. It just goes back to what I think is ultimately the problem with the Cavs. I think they have personnel issues, not necessarily with the core, but definitely with the players who are on the periphery of the core.
Yeah,
I think they got too many
abundance of like 3-and-D type guys, right?
They don't even have that. They have too many guys who are one-way guys.
Yeah.
They got too many guys who can either do something on defense, but they can't do anything on offense, or they got guys who can do things on offense, but they can't do anything on defense. And the Pacers, when you're watching the Pacers, everybody that they got out there can play both ways. They can guard, they can do things on offense. Everybody that they play. Everybody. There's not even really a guy where you could point to him and be like, "Oh yeah, he's a cone on defense." There's not.
There are some players for the Pacers that usually aren't as effective offensively as they have been this postseason. Like
Nembhard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but this is the thing about Nembhard though. If you look at how he shot in the playoffs since he's been in the league, he's done this before. It's not new. He's done this before. He did this last year. Like you almost can't even pay attention to his regular season shooting splits. You got to see what he does in the playoffs. Like he makes these shots where he just does. It's weird. It shouldn't go like that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But
no,
it's true.
It doesn't sound like it actually happens. Like if he does it 5 postseasons in a row, and I'm like, all right, then that's some Robert Horry shit. But until we get to that point, like.
It's two postseasons in a row now where he's done this. It's just like, okay, maybe that's just who he is.
The thing about the Cavs is like that was supposed to be our thing, was that we had a lot of guys who there were players out there who are supposed to be effective two-way guys. I still think if you don't have Ty Jerome having to defend the ball coming up the court, I think he's fine defensively. The problem is that you had to have Ty Jerome with them slow-ass feet on ball, right? That's where it became an issue because they could just blow right past him, start a fast break, and get going.
Slow feet don't eat.
And to be fair, too, then at that point, once you started having Okoro come in, he was starting to slow things down for Tyrese on offense at that point.
Yeah, we need to offload some of these. Like, we don't need Dean Wade and Isaac Okoro.
Yeah, I don't think you need either. But hey,
yeah, I mean, like Dean Wade looked in game 2.
I will drive over there and I will kick your ass. You know damn well what you did. Don't you dare play with me with that.
This about Dean Wade. In game 2, he did not put up numbers. He was incredibly important to how the Cavs almost won game 2. Like, unfortunately, just wasn't a factor at the end of the game, but we don't expect Dean Wade to be a factor at the end of the game. But you don't need Isaac and Dean Wade, right? And DeAndre Hunter. You have 3 versions of players and they get worse as each one goes on. Right? Like it's basically like Like that's not like that's the thing that I think about the Cavs roster that's a little strange is like we were prepared if Donovan Mitchell went down. I think the Cavs would have been fine if Donovan was the one that got hurt and Darius was completely healthy throughout the playoffs. Because okay, Ty can step in, maybe he makes some points. I think Ty is a lot less reckless when there's somebody dictating when he gets the ball, right? Versus when he's bringing up the ball. You can lean on Evan Mobley more offensively if Donovan's out, right? Like, I think they're equipped for that. And I think they built a lot around the ideal of, okay, if Donovan's not in, what do we have? Well, we can lean on DeAndre Hunter more. They never asked themselves a question. Hey, all of this shit is leaning on this Darius Garland part.
Yeah.
And can we put that much pressure on it? Because if he does not stay healthy, which his body is just simply not built to, he's not one of those dudes who stays healthy. He's just not. Like, he's had injury problems throughout his whole basketball playing career. Like Vanderbilt, he barely played at Vanderbilt. Like,
I know a guy who used to be in the NBA, and he was talking about Darius, and he was just like cold, but little boy body.
Yeah,
like little boy body,
lift weights and stuff, and maybe he can do that. But I'm gonna be honest, like some of his injuries, they're not even like okay, you need to get stronger injuries. They're like how the fuck did this happen to you injuries? Like that's the brand of injuries that Darius broke his jaw.
His face is a magnet for other people's hands, basically.
Like, bro, you broke your big toe, like that's crazy. Like, how does that even happen?
Did he have turf toe? Is that what he had? Is it like turf toe kind of sort of what he had?
His toe was really fucked up.
Yeah,
it's
how you get turf toe as a basketball player.
Well, you look at how he plays, and it's not that dissimilar to watching Amari Cooper run routes.
but he a basketball player.
Like, think about how much cutting he has to do to be Darius Garland.
Man, he the first basketball player I ever seen get turf toe. That's crazy. That's insane.
Not first, right? Because like Allen Iverson later in his career, this was a problem with him too, right? Yeah. So when you are stop starting, right? I mean, Steph Curry had all the ankle injuries early in his career too, right? Like, it's at the beginning, kind of shit, right? Like your lower extremities are just going to get worn down when you have to do that much cutting, that much crossing, that much stop and starting. I really hope the Dream don't fuck this up. We're 6 points up with 150 left. I don't know. Caitlin's got a pretty nasty look in her eye. Oh God, and one. Hold on. Come on, Ryan. Get her back. I don't love how this is looking. Hold on. No, why did you shoot? Oh my God. She airball.
It's over. Oh yeah, you're about to lose.
No. We got this. 4 points. Yeah. Oh my God. Our coach is just sprinting down right now, trying to call a timeout. He doesn't have the ball. Good lie. Oh my God, bro.
Matt Thomas said, "Let's go Fever." By the way,
fuck Matt Thomas.
Hey, that's who I went to the game with on Saturday. That's my guy.
I don't need this right now. Oh my God, they're going right at Brittany Griner. She can't play defense anymore. All right. We'll regroup. They just went to commercial. What was I talking about?
I don't even know.
I don't know. We were locked out on your reaction on that one.
Well, until you forget, until you remember what you're saying. Well, this is what I think the Cavs need to do. It's time to dump Isaac Okoro, man. It's time to call it.
All right.
It's time to call it what it is.
What can you dump him for? Like,
he's making $11 million, bro. Like at some point, and this is another thing with the Cavs this offseason that we're going to talk about, and I think it's important to remember this. They are a second apron team from this point going forward.
Yeah.
Every decision they make, it is as much of a financial decision as it is about talent acquisition and fit and everything. It's a financial decision now that they have to make with everybody on the roster.
They're going to have to be a lot more efficient with the money because this roster really isn't that efficient with the money, right?
It's not. Like, can you honestly afford?
It doesn't scale. It doesn't scale anymore.
Like, yeah, can you honestly afford to pay Isaac Okoro $11 million to not be able to score on offense in the playoffs?
To be the third worst one on your team?
Like, can you give him 11? Can you Can you pay him $11 million to be basically unplayable in the playoffs?
Nah, you need to trade him.
Can you? Hey, honestly, bro, can you even justify paying Dean Wade $6.5 million?
No.
Can you justify it?
I can justify it.
I don't think you can at this point now.
No, I can justify it
because you could give that role to somebody else for a lot.
Say, out of anything, I think you can give his. I think you can give his minutes to DeAndre.
Well, yeah,
playing it for.
Well, if DeAndre gets hurt, who steps up for him? If we get rid of Isaac and we get rid of Dean.
Well, no, I'm not saying both. I'm saying keep keep
both.
No, I'm saying get rid of.
I know he's saying both.
Yeah.
Get rid of both.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like if DeAndre stays healthy, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Like what are you down to playing though? If DeAndre gets hurt, are you gonna have to play like Luke Travers?
I mean, it's Naquan Tomlin. It's
oh God. Okay, we need to
You can't get rid of both. You can't get rid of both, in my opinion.
I think you can. I think you can.
Naquan Tomlin?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dean Wade was
an
undrafted. Dean Wade was an undrafted player who they developed into a guy who played a role. Why can't they do it again?
Yeah, because that's not Naquan's game, though. Like, Dean Wade was playing a very role player heavy game where it's like he plays defense, he shoots threes every once in a while. Naquan be getting the ball in the G League and be trying to score and shit. We don't need that.
Listen, give him a chance to be able to see if he can play a role. Who cares?
I mean, it's not like Amani's going to pass him the ball in the G League, so he has to take it when he gets it. Like,
yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Hey, man. You could convince me on literally any other names, but like Naquan Tomlin is not going that you can't be
also
we got to give Naquan 10 minutes.
They drafted Jalen Tyson. He has to
now that's who's replacing. Is he gonna play wing? Because I look at him as like, okay, you could get rid of Okoro because you got Jason Tyson.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's taking Okoro's minutes. He's taking Tyson.
See, I look at him as more of a Levert replacement from last year. Like that's the way that I looked at his game coming out of college. Like he wasn't as good of a defender, but he can do a no enough job on the wing. He create for himself off the bench.
Oh my God!
Q has a breakdown, but I thought that he could create a little bit more offense off the bench, and he gives you a little bit of a bigger wing to go along with it. That's where and he can create a little bit more. That's what he did previously in college, but. Again, like I thought that could be a type of a role that he could have. Again, the only thing that I have with Okoro, and the reason why I keep on saying that he is the best on ball defender on this team.
He is.
And again, I don't see when you take him off the team, I don't see you being able to go ahead and replace that coming back in. Like that's my biggest thing. Like especially on the defensive end, I see that as a big issue. Like. Whereas again, I like Dean, but also let's look at Dean's injury history too. If we want to talk about a lot of that stuff too,
that's another reason to get to honestly try to dump him. To be completely honest, because he can't stay healthy either. Yeah,
dump him while some teams actually like the guy. Like that's my bigger thing.
To be honest with you, if they dump them both, they're under the second apron. To be completely honest with you.
See, but that's okay. If you're dumping both, then what are you getting back? Like that's my only thing. Like
my thing is with them is this too though. Like if you get under the second apron, you open yourself up to just more possibilities just in the offseason in general. Because as a second apron team, the only thing they could do to bring in guys is sign them to minimums or extend the guys that they have on the team already. So Ty Jerome and all those other guys. Like it, I think it honestly it just benefits them to just get under the apron just so you have more flexibility, so you could so you can like just have more avenues to add talent to the team. I think it just makes sense.
I understand where you're coming from with that too, because honestly, I've been trying to look through all of that. But again, like the point that I keep coming back to is like if you're getting rid of your best point of attack defender in order to just create that flexibility, that's where I have issues with it. Like between him and then again, like I said, like. I'm okay with moving off of Wade. I really am, because I do think that there are teams that still value him, despite that. And to be honest, too, I also think that you can get rid of him and bring in either a either bring in a backup point guard or, being able to utilize him to bring up maybe the more physical center. I'm not really sure, but again, that's where, I think that you can maybe use Jalen Tyson in like a smaller wing player role, like, and trying to, spread out some of those players as well. But again, I know that they like Dean, and that's where it's like, I have no idea. Like that's where I've been having the most issues since the last.
Here's my thing with Dean. If he's not willing to pull, he's not fucking useful anymore. And then we've been waiting for Dean Wade to be like willing to pull when he has to pull, willing to be aggressive when he. Okay, we just took the lead. 9 seconds left. Is Taylor going to kill me? 10 seconds.
Do we need to wait till the game is over before we keep talking about the Cavs? Do we need to make sure that you're okay?
We're gonna see Caitlin Clark just snatch this man's fandom.
We're gonna see the Atlanta Dream hold it together. Right here.
Is that what we're going to say?
Yeah, we are. They don't have Dewana in, which I think is a huge mistake at this point. They got Sophie in, and they're going to throw that bitch in at Boston. Come on. Good block. Oh, my God. Oh, Kayla didn't even shoot. That's crazy.
No clutch gene?
Huh?
No clutch gene for Kayla?
No clutch gene, dog. Like
he had 11 of their 17 3-pointers tonight and made 5 of them.
Who, Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin.
She shoots too much. She's just overrated. Baron Davis.
He said she's overrated. Baron Davis.
She's a glorified Baron Davis.
Get the hell out of here.
Are we allowed to slander WNBA players like we slander NBA players, or are we not allowed to do that?
If you watch enough, then yeah, like, some of the people I'll be like here talk about Angel Reese. I'm like, you don't watch enough.
No.
Yeah, anybody who thinks Angel Reese is bad at basketball doesn't know what they're talking about.
Like, okay, you don't get to join in on this, but if you watch enough, yeah, sure, why the fuck not, right? Like,
bro, I was at the game on Saturday, and literally all I was sitting there and watching, and all I'm saying is just, can we get Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston playing for the Cavs? I want some of that physicality down low. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Well, that brings us on to our next topic here, right? Because we're going to try to avoid the stupid of all of this, right? Yeah. Because there's a lot of stupid in this conversation. But Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had what I like to think was a pretty pedestrian argument on the basketball court.
Yeah.
That had somehow turned into a whole
race war?
Thing.
A race war.
Yeah. Well, and this is where we have to be honest about one of the elements of this, right? There are things that are popular within sports, and then there are things that are just popular. And you have to ask yourself, when the things that are popular, why they're popular, right? The Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark rivalry. For those of us who are there for the sport, it was just a fun little thing, right? Like, it was a fun rivalry, LSU, clearly a different type of vibe. It was like Duke. It was like Duke versus UNLV again, right? But then people who don't really watch sports got into it, right? And now Dave Portnoy is talking about this, and like
courtside.
Yeah, and it becomes another thing that is vaguely related to this culture war that really ain't got nothing to do with the two women involved, right? Like, all I know is as competitors, they don't fuck with each other. And I like that about those two, right? They are very competitive in similar ways that are simply not compatible, which makes it fun to watch if you are there for the sport. I think it is interesting, and it is worth pointing out that we will watch a million NBA games with altercations like that, and it not even be something we talk about outside of, like, you see it on a TikTok or something like that while you're scrolling, right? Mm-hmm. But somehow this very minor altercation, right, became this whole thing where people are, I don't even know what the talking points are, honestly. I knew the second I saw it, I'm not going to want to be online for this one. And I saw RG3 pipe up in defense of Caitlin, and I'm like, man, of course he's out here piping up for Caitlin, and like, he did this shit last year, and he's RG3, man. Like,
he's on the grift.
Yeah, well, he's on the grift, but I mean, this is what RG3's been doing for a very long time, apparently, right?
His whole life, his entire life, actually. The greatest milkman I've ever seen.
That man is not lactose intolerant. That man is not lactose intolerant.
Hey, let me tell you something. If it ain't snowing, he ain't going.
I wonder how long it took him till he got on Baylor's campus till he said these words: "Leave that white girl alone."
Oh my god!
Oh, shit. The brother went to Baylor. Okay.
That man has not met a glass of milk that he didn't like. 2% whole skim. He's with it.
I don't even know if he's had other milk.
Almond milk, cashew milk. Don't matter.
Got no oat milk. Nope. Like he want that 2%. Like it's not just like, here's the thing about RG3, and like I hope people can handle this conversation maturely, but like there are different types of white folk out there, and RG3, he just goes straight. He don't go for the whole milk white. He don't go for the Whole Foods white. He go for that 2%, right? That beauty pageant white. Like every time, it is so strange.
Hey, I'm sorry. Did you see what Jason Whitlock said about?
Oh God, no!
Oh my God, wait! What Jason Whitlock say about RG3?
We know he said. Did you see what he said about his wife?
RG3's wife? What happened here?
He said, "Say what you want to say about RG3. That ain't no regular milk. That's that expensive."
Of course, Jason Whitlock.
I said, hey, that's crazy lust for another man's wife.
Hey, I mean, it is the same guy that said peanut butter skin about Joy Taylor.
Peanut butter cantankerous, like whatever he said about Joy Taylor. That man. I don't know if he's a divorced dad, but he sounds like a divorced dad right now. Like, is he an undivorced divorced dad?
He might be.
Like, has he just gotten to that point to where he didn't even have a relationship worth being divorced from, but he still just act like a divorced man? That's the saddest fate in the world. Like, my God.
Hey,
man. Bought himself a wedding ring so he can act like he got
divorced without the divorce? Like, damn. Hey, there wasn't even a portion of time you felt love.
Have y'all seen He Got Game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see He Got Game?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what scene I'm thinking about?
You got that was
yes. Shout out Kill Switch, because that's hilarious, dog.
Yeah. And Matt Thomas brought up a good point, right? It's the WNBA equivalent to Bird and Magic. I would argue it is the basketball, like we don't have anything in basketball that's like similar to that. Here's the only problem with it. And this is no disrespect to Angel Reese, who is going to be a perennial all-star in the W for a very long time and a really good player. She ain't Caitlin Clark. No, she's not. Caitlin Clark, the guy stronger. She started making them half-court threes. She was making it Iowa, the pros now. Like, they're not the same caliber of player. So in order for this rivalry to make sense, Angel Reese has to be on a much better team than she is on right now. Yeah. Or else this is all we're ever going to be able to talk about. Because people are like, why are we talking about the basketball? This shit was a blowout. There was no basketball to be talked about. Yeah. Like, this guy ain't ready. They got no guards.
I mean, literally, Caitlin Clark was in that game, 20 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals.
And clearly,
in 32 minutes.
Clearly, Fever are unbeatable, you know. Like, yeah.
Look at that. Now you want to talk. Now you want to talk shit like he was. He wasn't sweating that entire time. He was over here sweating the entire time. Now you want to talk shit. That's crazy.
Hey, that's how when it works. That's how when it works.
Hey, can we talk about? In that game against the Sky, the shameless stat padding that Caitlin Clark was doing.
Oh my God, yeah. No, the fact that
shameless.
She was already sitting, and then they brought her back in with like 6 minutes left in the game. We're like, we all know why you're out here. We all know why you're out here.
Westbrook levels that padding to get that.
Yeah.
Shame.
Everybody's clearing out, making sure that like, hey, if anybody's getting this board, it's gonna be Caitlin.
That's what Natasha Howard there for. She not a rookie no more.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, that is terrible basketball karma on the way. Terrible basketball karma.
Hey, Q's happy with it.
Honestly, after watching this match up, I'm like, maybe I want to see them in the playoffs. We got bigs on bigs in Atlanta. Like, it's funny being an Atlanta Dream fan and a Cavs fan because our problems are the exact opposite of the Cavs. Like, we have no perimeter scorer, but we got bigs. But yeah, I think there's always going to be a level of dumbass conversation that you're going to get out of Caitlin Clark Angel Reese, right? I have tried to make an effort to make sure that my interaction with the W is just not Caitlin Clark centered, because you're just never going to have anything satisfying come out of that, right? It's kind of like in Kobe, you root for, because I think there's a similar dynamic that comes out of like anything related to Deion Sanders in college football.
Where, oh my God, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's the worst. You just got to find, okay, like, I need to find the people I need to talk to about this that actually care about the sport, because you can lose yourself in the stupid when it comes to that. And look, I'm telling Browns fans right now, y'all don't even know how stupid it's going to get, because I see Browns fans complaining, oh my God, these Shador people are kind of obnoxious and all of this stuff. And I'm like, hey, buddy, wait till they play a preseason game and the Shador fans don't even realize what the preseason is, right? Like, you're gonna get
just wait until
preseason stats like the regular season stats, simply because they're like, well, that counts, right?
Like, can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you about what's gonna happen with that Shador stuff? I cannot wait to instigate the shit out of people on Twitter when it happens. I cannot wait. We are going maximum chaos as soon as the preseason starts. Maximum chaos.
One of the reasons I'm not on Twitter as much anymore is because Kobe's like this on Twitter. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Because I log on and I see Kobe instigating the dumbest shit in the world. And I'm like, you're just bored. Like,
I literally got to work today. And I see him instigating with the Japanese Jordan shit with Rui Hachimura, and I'm just like, I'm about to drive to your house and kick your ass.
Probably was laughing his ass off, and then when somebody goes at it, he's gonna go hard, like he for real about it. I'm like, oh my God, nah. I know what he was doing. He was cracking up posting that shit.
Bro, it's too easy. It's too easy for me to do it, bro. It's too easy. I'm sorry.
He likes to do it. He likes to do that shit. That's why I just be like, you know what, man? Because I'm gonna get mad at something Kobe say.
every time Q get on Twitter, he see one of my tweets, he respond immediately. He gets so mad. He's just like, oh, I can't
shit, man.
See, I'll read the tweet first, and I'll get like obscenely pissed. Then I'll see that it's Kobe that posted. I'm like, all right, yeah, no, he's just
no, because this is what happened. Kobe posted, and then people act like I said it. Like,
that's fair.
Like, and then I'm getting messages tagging us both. I'm like, I wasn't tagged in the original message. It's got nothing to do with me.
Hey, you know what's fucked up? You know what I do? You know what I do that's fucked up? I'm like, yeah, Q agree with me. You agree with me?
This is why I immediately have to be like, no, that's bullshit. Whatever. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey,
Q says you haven't had to make an apology video at a certain point just for his tweets.
Huh? I will never make an apology video. I will antagonize people who believe it. I'm like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Where's media literacy gone? I will not lower the bar. Okay.
Oh,
you know what? I'm gonna piss Kobe off. Next time he tweets something stupid, I would just ask Gronk if this is true. Gronk, is this true?
You know what? I just need Rob Gronkowski to start replying to those.
No, Gronk. You see people do that to AI?
Oh no, I do. I'm saying I just want Rob Gronkowski now to start replying to those, and just saying random shit instead of whenever anybody says Grok. I need Gronk to respond.
Hey man, it's every time I get on Twitter, I'm like, oh boy, this is getting bad. This is getting bad. Okay. This is not normal.
Google is a fucking thing. Look it up yourself. Don't ask AI. Don't ask AI.
Oh my God. And I knew it was bad when I saw the level of like dumb shit that would just circulate and people would ask me about. I'm like, I did 2 seconds of Google search that figured out it was bullshit. Right. And you're messaging me about this. Why couldn't you just Google it yourself? Bro.
It's actually scary how much dumber we've gotten.
Absolutely.
It's actually terrifying. We joke, but it's scary.
Yeah. And I will say this, right? We have to do a better job of teaching ourselves how to use these things like tools instead of being used by them, because so much of what happens is that like people get afraid of the new technology and they just say don't use it, right? And then that leads to a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's kind of like sex education. Right? Like you got to teach people to put the condom on, right? Or else you just going to have a lot of unplanned pregnancies because people going to do it anyways, right?
Like sex education was the most pointless shit in the world, bro. Like it really was. It really was. Dog.
Well, what kind of sex education did you get?
I mean, gym teacher, gym.
No, over at Ed's, bro.
Football coach trying to tell you.
I learned a lot in my sex education class. Like that's one thing Maple did do. They did try to stop the teen pregnancy problem. In school, fairly certain, right? You learned about STDs, what STDs look like, how to properly put on a condom. Which look, use the tips I learned in that class to this day. All right,
good for you. You know what I'm saying? Good for you.
Hey, look, it's not good when people are Googling this stuff, right? And that's my whole thing is like, people don't know how to Google for shit because they don't know, they were never taught how to Google for something. If they want to find an answer, how to actually use the internet to find a real qualified answer, right? People just kind of learned it on their own, right? Because nobody was willing to teach them. Similar things going to happen with AI. The dumbest shit you could do with AI is ask AI to do stuff that you can research, because AI is not that good at that, right? Like, you're going to get a C+ answer most of the time you do that, right? Like, it's just better to go find it yourself. But people don't know how to use these things like tools and instead get used by them. And we're just seeing the effects of that, and we're doing nothing to change it, right? Like we're repeating the same mistakes we made with the internet with AI right now, and it's just going to lead to just kids not knowing how to problem solve, because the internet should help you how to problem solve, but we don't know how to fucking teach shit, problem solve, or adjust the times, and it just becomes a continuing problem. But that's my old man rant for the day. We were talking about the W.
W and it on AI. Perfect. All right.
We need to have a video segment of Q's old man.
We don't talk to each other anymore.
A fucking Q and Kobe grind. You know what really grinds my gears?
Tyrese Halliburton's face. It just pisses me off.
It's gonna be Tyrese Halliburton versus Karl Anthony Towns. Which one's gonna piss you off?
No, because Tyrese Halliburton looked like a Muppet. Like it's just, he looks how Pat Mahomes' voice sounds. Like I just hate it. Like
you say you just hate him.
I hate his face.
That's great.
I hate his face.
That's crazy.
I hate his slim back hair. He look like he about to sing with the Temptations and shit. I don't like it.
So you rooting for the Knicks? You rooting for the Knicks in these conference finals? Huh? You rooting for the Knicks? They didn't eliminate the Cavs, so I mean, you don't have to feel a way about it now.
I'm rooting for COVID to make a comeback. Let's just postpone this.
That's fucked up.
Hey,
died.
Rudy
People
Gobert
died.
is still playing, so there is a shot.
Hey, Rudy, do it. Okay. If you go down 3-1, do what needs to be done, Rudy.
See, I'm mad that you reminded me that Rudy Gobert is on the Timberwolves because I was gonna root for the Timberwolves. Just
there is not a single good guy in this. This is a fatal 4-way of just heels, and I'm like, who booked this? Triple H is awful at booking if this is his doing, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, the most likable character in this is Jalen Brunson, but he's just dragged down by New York and Cat and all this other shit, right? And then you got the Pacers. They're not a very likable bunch outside of Indiana. Like, they're just not that likable. I hate them. But maybe that's just me, right? Then you have the Timberwolves, who Anthony Edwards, very lovable.
Julius Randle, very likable. Julius Randle, very likable.
Yeah.
He's likable to me.
Yeah. I saw him make like 4 threes against the Cavs, and it pissed me off.
Julius won me over.
Honestly, Rudy Gobert has never made me feel pain at all, so I don't hate Rudy Gobert. Honestly, I've only felt joy.
You must not know much about Rudy Gobert.
No, I know from like whenever the Cavs play Rudy, they usually look pretty good.
Okay. So you don't know much about Rudy as a person. That's why.
No.
Not a fan of Rudy.
Yeah, I do know about Rudy as a person. It's just, I really don't want to see Tyrese win
it. Julius won me over because after he beat the Lakers, they were talking about. He was just talking about stuff, and he was like, well, man, like I had a really great mentor in Kobe Bryant, and that's kind of why I was like, I've been able to just like shrug things off and keep going and just try to get better. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? We're going all the way. We're going all the fucking way. Let's go T-Wolves.
All he had to do was mention Kobe.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
He was one of the people that Kobe liked on that team, right?
Yes, he actually one of the people that Kobe respected. D'Angelo Russell, not so much.
No, Nick Young, they went back and forth.
I think him and Nick were cool.
I ain't know Perk got that big. Y'all just saw Perk on the screen.
Oh, you just saw Perk on the screen?
Yeah, I ain't know he got that big. But yeah, there's just nobody to root for right now. And you know what? Go ahead. Hey, Cole.
Can you hear me? Am I gone?
No, you back. He's gone again.
He's gone again. No,
I'm gone again.
Okay, nope. Now you're back.
Who's your internet service provider?
Yeah, my guy.
Damn, bro.
I don't. Hey, let me tell you something. We're gonna have a conversation tomorrow. What is
going on? Don't you play video games, dog?
I play video games all the time. I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on my internet?
Your ping is horrendous right now.
No, but I want the Thunder to lose because if all 3 60-win teams lose in the playoffs, then the Cavs lose and it doesn't feel so bad.
Yeah, then it's a group thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, once the Celtics went down, I was like, you know what? We failed.
Nah, you need the Thunder to lose too. You need the Thunder to lose too.
That's the West. Okay. That's a different beast, right? Like they're probably gonna win. I don't think Minnesota's. Well, I don't know. They're up 7 right now, but yeah. And look, Michael Conley, another point guard the Cavs would love to have as a backup right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, if the Boston Celtics got eliminated, and then if the Pacers make it to the finals, I feel like it stings a little bit less because it's like, well, it was their year. we need to make some changes, but it was their year. Our year will come when Evan Mobley will shoot 80% from 3, and some other fan base will be like, "What the fuck is happening?" And we will rejoice one day.
By the way, I looked
that day was not last Wednesday.
I looked it up since Cole mentioned it too. in 27 playoff games, Andrew Nembhard is shooting 49% from three.
I'm telling you, bro, it's what he does.
51 of 104.
Plus, man.
It's what he does. 27 playoff games. That's not a small sample size. That's a pretty big sample size.
It's not.
It's 51 of 104 from deep.
Bullshit, no.
Is it bullshit or is it just who he is at this point? It's just who he is.
It's bullshit. It could be both.
Man,
it could be both.
Man, there's 82 game guys and then there's 16 game guys. He is a 16 game guy. He's a 16 game guy. 100%.
You know what? I've also made this point. I think the Pacers and the Bengals are basically like the same thing. Or like the Bengals have a lot of postseason risers. Yeah. And they're like a team that's dangerous if they get into the playoffs. But like you watch them in the regular season, you're like, they're not that good. They lost to the Browns twice. Right. Like, but then like they make a run to the championship. I think they're the same fucking team, except for they got Joe Burrow, which I can accept that being the case. Man, we going to have to talk about Tyrese Halliburton is one of the best players in this era. Is this what this game is bringing me?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a serious question. Please put your hatred to the side when I will. I need you to be objective.
I will.
Would you rather have Tyrese or Darius on the Cavs right now?
Don't make me say this.
Go ahead. Answer the question.
Don't make me say this, man.
Answer the question. Be honest.
It's Tyrese.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Tyrese.
I just needed the honesty. That's all I needed.
But to be fair, Tyrese is the best player on the Pacers. He would be the second best player on the Cavs.
I'm just saying, man. You know
so but if you had Tyrese as your second option, you're probably going to the finals every year. Like Donovan, Tyrese, and like Evan Mobley. That's three.
Tyrese and Evan together would be so fucking nasty.
That's an actual big three because like Tyrese can handle the ball, but he could be third in the scoring order if you really needed him to. Like that's an actual big three if you have it.
If Tyrese was on the Cavs, he would almost never shoot the ball. He wouldn't want to.
He wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't even want to.
He's like, he'd be fine. He'd be fine. And that would be really good. But like, I mean, I think it's a bit unfair to compare Darius to Tyrese. But
why is it unfair? Why is it unfair?
Because we're comparing the best player on the Pacers to the second best player of the Cavs.
I don't think it's unfair because they are both all-star point guards playing in the same conference. And in fairness to Darius, he was hurt this year, so I don't think he had the best opportunity to really show what he can do in a series matched up with Tyrese. In fairness to him, but like my issue with Darius is at some point the fact that I can't ever count on you to be healthy. Eventually,
that's the point with me, right? Where it's like
it's a problem.
Tyrese is going to stay healthier for the entire season, whereas like you can't count on Darius to stay healthy. If we're going peak for peak, I think Darius can keep up with Tyrese, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I do wonder, like from the Cavs perspective, though, like does it ever become a situation where you're like, "Hey, man, what if this dude just can't stay healthy?"
I mean, I think you just got to plan for it. Right, like he's too good of a player to just move because he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, like it's a weird spot to be in where it's like he's extremely talented. And he's important to the team. But like
physicality and like what they look, it's kind of like the same. It's not the same because Anthony Davis is much better at his position than like Darius is. But it's in that zone of like, well, you can't just trade him. He's too fucking good to trade. But he's just not. You can't lean on him to be healthy in some really important times here. And it just puts you in a tough spot to where the best you could do is say, hey, we're just going to have a contingency, right? If AD gets hurt, then we can lean on Bron, right? Like, and that can get us through something. Whereas like right now, the Cavs have no contingency. We were arguing about whether Craig Porter Jr. should have played minutes.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, Uno out. We're done. Once you get the Craig Porter Jr. minutes, you're cooked. And you're not beating anybody in the series with Craig Porter Jr. minutes. And that's where I'm like, okay, I don't know if they knew this was a hole before, and I can't be too judgmental because I didn't see it coming, even though, hindsight being 2020, I feel like I should have, right? That's where I'm like, okay, they need to figure out that whole backup point guard. And if they figure that out, they get some buffer there from like, okay, we lose Darius, but it's fine. We got this for like 3 games in the playoffs. Because realistically, if you just had somebody who could bring the fucking ball up, you win game 2. I contend that you have a good shot to win game 1, right?
Man, they didn't even play bad in that first game, bro. The Pacers just shot the shit out the ball in that first game.
They shot the shit out the ball, and Donovan got tired, right? Yeah. And we couldn't keep up. So if Donovan just could have preserved a little bit more gas in that tank by not having to bring the ball up all the time, then like I think that dramatically changes how this series looks.
Think about it like this too.
And if the Cavs would have here's the difference, and here's my whole point here. If they were just able to weather that little storm, right, with Darius not being out versus the Pacers, that probably changes the dynamic of that series. The Cavs probably walk out of that series winning it. Darius is healthy, and you're playing the New York Knicks in the conference finals, and you have a really good chance to win the NBA finals. Like it feels like they are so far away. But realistically, they could not weather the storm when Darius was out. Mm-hmm. They need to find a way to weather that storm because that was the difference from having a serious chance to win a championship to looking super unserious. Was you weren't able to weather that storm.
Real quick rant. Something Soul Train said. He said, would even take LaMelo Ball on the Cavs. Okay. Let me tell you something, brother.
Right.
There is not one basketball player I hate watching more play the game of basketball than LaMelo fucking Ball. I can't fucking stand him playing basketball. He is the most selfish motherfucker I have ever watched play the game, and I am a fan of Kobe Bean Bryant.
You know what rubs you the wrong way about LaMelo? It is sneaky selfishness too, right?
It's not even sneaky. He is unabashedly selfish. He doesn't give a fuck, bro. He takes the worst shot I've ever seen.
LaMelo, like he is one player where like he don't give a fuck about winning, do he? He don't care.
Give a shit about winning, bro.
He's having the time of his life on the Hornets right now, and they stink. And I'm like, that's a problem for me.
Bro, let me tell you something. Cleveland would loathe LaMelo Ball. He would not last here. He wouldn't last the season.
No, Cleveland, we talked about this with Shador. Cleveland has its issues with athletes who are a little bit more famous than their play allows them to be. And that would be a problem with LaMelo. But boy, everything else would be a problem with LaMelo too. Like Cleveland would love like Alex Caruso.
Dude, yeah. I would have loved Caruso last year.
Yeah. Like, and I think that's Koby Altman's big task there, right? How do you weather the inevitable storm of no Darius Garland? How do you weather the inevitable storm of you're going to shoot 36% from 3 this series, right? Like that's going to be what it's going to be. And I think truthfully, they could have weathered the fucking shitty shooting in this series. They really could have weathered it. It would have took 6-7 games to weather it, but you could have weathered this because you were up 20 in game 5, you were up 20 in game 2, you were still competitive in game 1. Like
weren't they up 20 in game 5?
Yeah, they were up 20 in game 5, and then Tyrese made 4 threes in a row and erased it.
Like it will,
dude, and for all the reasons I respect. Like I hate him for making me have to respect him this much. Like I will never not be nervous about a Tyrese Halliburton shot against the Cavs, and I hate that that's my life now. Like, I can no longer be like, well, they got Tyrese Halliburton. I ain't afraid. No, I'm afraid. Okay, like, do we got something for that? Like.
Well, and like again, it's if we go back to we talked about it earlier a little bit too, but like literally, you make like three threes. You're not even shooting like 35%. I'm asking you to shoot 32, like 30 to 32% from three. Cavs are winning the series, like, or at least it's going 7. Like
there's a lot there, right?
Yeah.
You gotta weather that storm, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to weather a storm to win a championship.
Completely.
That's the truth, right? Like it's not just all going to go the right way. I think that's what the Cavs go into the offseason, hopefully understanding, right? I hope they don't overreact, but I also hope they don't underreact and just go, oh, we didn't make threes, right? Like there has to be a reaction there, right?
Yeah.
And if we go into next season and like we're like, oh well, Isaac Okoro is going to bring the ball up sometimes, and that's the big adjustment. I'm like, we're cooked. That's not going to work, right? Yeah. But if we do get an actual backup point guard, yeah, maybe you have to get rid of Jarrett, maybe you don't, right? I think he's the one movable piece in the starting lineup that you can move, right? You can't move Darius for obvious reasons. If we move Darius, I don't have any faith because a Donovan Mitchell-led team is just not going to win the championship, and we saw why. Right?
Completely agree. Completely agree.
Donovan. He was putting his heart and soul, into some of these games, and it just didn't matter. It was cold, okay? It was cold. I saw that man was laying on the ground. I'm like, dog, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. We can't get a rebound. Please get this man some Gatorade. We are cooked without him.
Please get this man some Gatorade. It's hilarious.
Damn it, IV in him. Do something. Hey, damn, we got nothing if this dude ain't out there. It was rough. Like you just can't ride him to that point. And I think that's a lesson that the Cavs really need to learn, which is their backup plan if Darius is hurt isn't let's let Donovan go nuts. Like that's not a plan. That's not a good plan. It felt like a good plan in the regular season. It is simply not a strategy in the playoffs. Yeah. Rick Carlisle, thank you for bringing that one to light, by the way. Because I think we would have got away with it against some other coaches who would have been like, I don't know, should I press somebody in the NBA? That's kind of crazy, right? Rick Carlisle was like, nah, fuck it. I'm Rick Carlisle. I'll try it. I already got my ring. I don't think they can dribble.
What are they going to do? Fire me? They've already done it before.
It was akin to when Nick Nurse went boxing 1 versus the 2019 Golden State Warriors. They were like, oh shit, that works? Like, what? That's all you had to do?
Hey, Adam said, I will not accept LaMelo fandom from anyone who has went through puberty.
I have noticed when I'm at the gym and I notice somebody's obnoxious, I look down at the shoes and I see those like they look like fruit roll-up shoes, and I realize that those are LaMelo shoes. And I'm like, God. Oh, it makes sense. You are attracted to this nonsense.
Not me. Not me at all.
You like them Air Force Ones Devin Booker be having?
No, I don't. You said the Air Force One.
That's what they be calling them. That's what calling them.
Devin Booker has the worst signature shoe I've ever seen an athlete have.
He got the Marshalls Air Force Ones, like the famous footwear joint.
Yeah, he got them.
Like the Air Force Ones your teacher be wearing.
Got the Air Force Ones from shoe department.
Like the Air Force
Hey, who has the best signature shoe
right now?
Of the current guys. I think it's Ant. I think it might be Ant, to be honest.
Are we talking best design or most comfortable? Because most comfortable is Kyrie.
Oh yeah. Most comfortable has always been Kyrie.
I do not buy basketball shoes, so I will be going straight off of design. Let's see.
Ant has the best ones. If we're just talking like design, Ant has the best ones right now.
Is he under Jordan?
No, he's Adidas.
The Hardens seem to be very popular.
People do like the Hardens.
Yeah, like a lot of people wear the Hardens. What's that shit that Shea be having on? Like with the zipper?
Are we just saying NBA or no?
You can do WNBA if you want.
Okay, give me Asia's.
Asia's are cold.
Pretty nice.
Asia's are cold.
But see, her shoes kind of look like Hardens.
Low key.
Yeah.
But like, I like that they put a logo there because like that's the thing about the Hardens. They look kind of like spaceshipy. But I think that's the point. Let's see. Anthony Edwards. All Adidas shoes look the same.
Shay's shoes they're kind of cold to me.
You got the zipper ones, right?
Yeah, the butter ones. The butter ones.
Those are cold.
I'm not.
I'm looking at the Adidas Name 9s. Those are nice. De'Aaron Fox, what the fuck they doing over there on the arm? That shit is nasty looking. Dude, this Devin Booker shoe is gross. It's so gross.
I told you, you don't want those. You do not want those.
Are cool.
So Cole, when are you ordering your Okoros?
Oh
yeah, you know he got a Li-Ning deal or some shit like that.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He's got his own shoe.
Okoro has a signature shoe.
You lying?
I'm
swear to God.
Oh, these Jaylen Browns are gross. Ugh. What the? You see these Jaylen Browns? Oh, let me bring this shit on screen. This shit is nasty. This shit look like a fucking. This shit look like it's out of an alien movie.
Oh yeah, no, I just saw those.
It looked like the Scissor merch.
Hey, that's crazy. You said the Scissor merch?
By the way, the concert is amazing.
I was about to say, was it good?
Yeah.
They are both really good on stage. They are both really good.
Are those the Jaylen Browns?
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah, that's gross.
Those look like
absolutely gross.
Predator shoes, man. Okay, Jason Tatum's. We with these. Those aren't bad, but they're
not bad. They're not bad.
The Jimmy
that color is terrible.
Li-Ning threes.
I want to get some Li-Ning shoes only because, like, I want to know how comfortable they are.
Well, brother, you're not going to be able to do that anytime soon.
Or you can, but they're going to be expensive as all hell.
Oh, yeah, but they're going to be expensive.
You're going to end up on the State Department list. Okay. Kawhi shoe. I don't like that these are hiding from being New Balances.
I agree with that.
Like, I think these would look better with the end there.
Yeah.
Hey, New Balance has some cold shoes, by the way.
Who? Yeah, New Balance has some nice shit.
So
I don't know why he's hiding it. Yeah, Shay got the butters on right now.
He got the butters on?
Yeah.
Them butters is cold, bro. Those butters is cold.
Yeah, those are nice. Kevin Durant's. These have really fallen off. KDs have fallen off. I remember when I was in high school, everybody got KDs.
Yeah, the old KDs are crazy.
We ain't even going to entertain no answers. Like these Kyrie shoes are crazy, by the way.
Okay, no, but I have tried on Kyrie's. Kyrie shoes are freaking awesome. I love those.
No, the Kyries, like the Nike Kyries.
No. The anti-Kyries.
Really?
The Kai ones. Kai ones are legit.
Hey, no, Kyrie got one colorway, which is like the they're like moccasins or something like that.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Those ones are cold. These ones I'm looking at right now are not.
Yeah, the ones that you have on screen right now, absolutely not. But
I'm about to say these look like some Monster Inc. joints.
Nah, I don't like those.
Yeah, these are LaMelo balls. I know what they look like. Everybody in Atlanta that drives fucking annoying wears these shoes. The official shoe. It's like that in a Cybertruck. You see this shoe coming out of a Cybertruck, bro? Straight douchebag. Like, and if that Cybertruck is wrapped, oh God, bro, it's over. It's over. Oh, the LeBrons. They had their time, but their time is up.
Yeah, I don't really like those.
That's a no from me.
These are LeBron on the Wizards. All right. Jordan Luka 4. Yeah, brother, I'm not going for this. Not going for this. These jokers would have been hot in like 09.
Yeah,
you're not.
They went these to the club with your stunner shades on and your leather jacket.
No, they wouldn't have.
You telling me Will.i.am wanted to rock the fuck out of these?
That's exactly why they wouldn't. That's exactly why they're not fired. That's exactly why they're not fired.
The Black Eyed Peas would have went triple platinum with these.
Next.
Okay.
Oh, the Brinas.
They at least look normal. These look like normal Nike shoes.
These are like the standard. Right, this is the most worn shoe in the NBA, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, these scoots are gross, bro. Puma is disgusting.
What are they doing, bro?
What the fuck? Why does it? I mean, that just might be wear and tear, but yeah, these are gross. These are gross. These are cold.
Hey, no, I didn't.
You can wear these out too. These are cold.
The shades are cold.
That's probably the best shoe out. Like you can wear these with a lot of different looks.
Okay,
Spencer
Converse.
Dinwiddie. Are those Converses?
Yeah.
The shades are Converse.
You know what? These kind of feel like they're designed by like whoever designed like the original run of Yeezys.
You know what they kind of remind me of?
What?
Which AI shoe is it?
Oh, yeah. The answer. It's like the
It kind of remind me of the answers.
Spencer Dinwiddie got a 361 DVD 3.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Does that mean he also doesn't hit the corner?
They look like the LeBron threes.
Dude, you're not wrong.
Low key.
Steph shoes are always fucking gross to me, bro.
Yeah,
I'm a hater, but like these are disgusting.
Steph has always had terrible shoes.
Yeah, I feel like part of it is because his feet so fucked up. He need orthopedic shoes, and these bitches always look orthopedic as hell. Look, they rock. But they must be functional. See, Costa got a shoe. That's crazy.
Damn. Okay. I actually kind of like those.
Oh, good for her.
That's progress right there, because she is a bench player.
Yeah.
The Zions ain't bad. They're pretty basic. I would never go out my way to wear them.
Those are bad.
I just be worried that Air Zoom unit gonna burst.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If I was signing a Jordan, I would only wear retros.
Yeah, like I feel like you can't sign a Jordan and want your own shoes, right? Like that's
fair.
It's not gonna work out. It's not.
I would only wear retros if I signed.
Let's see.
Austin Reeves has his own shoe too.
Well, we know why that's the case.
What about Austin Reeves?
AG5s, the Aaron Gordons. See you out here comparing Jared Allen to somebody who got their old shoe cold.
Hey, you know what? If they were a different color, they wouldn't be bad.
No, they'd be all right.
If he had a different color, they wouldn't be bad.
They are definitely under the category of hooping shoes, though.
Yes,
like, these are hooping shoes. We look at the
Asians are crazy.
That's cold. Yeah, that's cold.
Asians are crazy. They're crazy.
We doing these A Wiggins?
No, we're not. We can stop looking at. Oh no, wait, hold on. Yeah, the ants. Those are bad. That's a bad color, but the ants are crazy.
I like the detail on the side. I like the detail.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves.
There you go.
Yeah. Yuck.
Brandon,
got some.
Why does Pods have his own shoe?
You know why Pods has his own shoe.
It's the same company that has Austin Reeves.
There we go.
Oh yeah, look, RG3 gonna get a shoe next. That's their diversity hire. Oh shit.
Stewies are bad.
Okay.
Stewies are bad.
Look, there's no Puma design I'm gonna fuck with. Not this design language. This design language for Puma is gross. The dames, man. Those are cold.
I hate the laces.
You know what I don't like about these shoe companies now, though? They've seemed to marry themselves into like these design languages, and they don't break out of them for like individual players. So it looks like a modified version of like what different players have because the design language is so similar. Damn, what's going on with De'Aaron Fox's ankles? You see this shit?
Hey, he doing what he got to do. Because he doing what he got to do to stay healthy. He doing what he got to do.
Is this what Darius got to do? Darius got to play with boots on next year? Like
he might have to, bro.
Dude, with those ankle braces, you'd expect him to be the guy that fell down on his face in the fucking SpongeBob episode.
I thought he was
selling chocolate.
Like, is he playing from jail? Like, what is going on? Like, does he have
an ankle monitor?
Is that tink tink? Like, it's crazy.
You said tink tink. That's
look
crazy.
at this shit. Do it look like his actual ankles there? Oh God!
Yeah, no.
He made every bad decision you can make with this. Because there's a world where it looked like an Air Force One and it's cool, but it's like, nah, Nah, I'm gonna make it look so payless right now. The most egregious part is what they did to the midsole here. Like you went spotted sole here. Really? Like
Again, it's got shoe department written all over it.
this shit is gross, bro. It's like they took the sole off of a Kobe and tried to put a SB on like top of it. It's fucking.
Man, this don't even look like
Vans.
Dude, I was about to say, it looks like if Vans tried to make their own Air Force One.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know what it looks like?
We got dunked at home.
No, it looked like a fucked up version of the Cortez.
It looked like a half cab almost. Yeah, like it's like a half. It's just gross. What the fuck was he thinking? Like, was he like D Wade when they unveiled the statue when they showed him this? Hey, Devin, this is the Nike Book 1. And he just had to act like it was straight because he knew he wasn't going to get a second one.
Hey, Domo said D-Book shoes look like UGG boots. they do though, low-key.
Yeah. They look like UGG boots if you cut off the top.
Bro, I feel so bad. There's some kid in Phoenix, Arizona, that's favorite player is Devin Booker, and their parents was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get them the D-Book shoes," and they wore them D-Book shoes to school, and everybody roasted that motherfucker. Like,
someone said the books definitely belong in Costco.
In Spanish, too. Like,
hey, getting fried in a language you don't understand is probably crazy.
Oh yeah, bro. You imagine speaking both languages and people choose to roast you in Spanish? Because I imagine the Spanish roast got to be crazy because that language so fast. So if somebody on your ass is like all that shit, bro, you just like, oh fuck. Like what if you're not good enough at Spanish to make a comeback? You just playing handicap. You can't respond to somebody talking to you in Spanish with English.
Mike saying those D-Book shoes look like the spray-on shoes from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Bro, this is the worst. Bro, he got the worst signature shoe.
Is there a fake Gucci pattern behind that swoosh? Is that really what's going on? Oh wait, let me enlarge it so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
I'm about to say you got to zoom in on that. No, it's not. No. That's not a fake leather.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say. Now the material choices are even more confusing now that I can.
Bro, what were they doing?
Oh
their main designer was on vacation for that week when they had to get that design in.
Dog, the colors don't even make sense together. Like it's terrible, bro.
Bro, they need to shut down Nike ID if they cook this up. This is insane.
This is just ugh.
Yeah, and he's wearing it with like crew socks too. It's just nasty.
Bro, what were they doing, bro?
Who cooked this shit up?
I fire everybody on the team.
Absolutely.
I need a whole new creative. I need a whole new creative team, dog.
Now y'all ever see them Dada Supremes?
No,
oh yeah, you see, look, this is. I remember why these bad boys the spring. Let's go.
Bro, I don't know how.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how Starburys look better than the D-Books.
First of all, let's not sleep on these. Look how good they look in game too. Hold on. Let me zoom in for y'all so y'all can see that style right there. Look at that style, boy.
There's a word I would use to describe those shoes, but I cannot say it on. Boy. Oh man, I want to say the word so bad.
Imagine a shoe more fitting for Latrell Sprewell.
Absolutely not. No, I can't.
Hey, these shoes could only be made in an era where it was normalized to take 40 shots. These shoes scream, fuck the team, shoot the three.
Oh my God. Why do I get the feeling that Ricky Davis absolutely would have worn those?
I'm pretty sure Ricky Davis was wearing something similar.
That's fair.
If he were good enough to get his own shoe. By the way, this colorway that Ant got on right now is crazy. Like the little gray. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah. I'm with you, Kobe. I think all the 60-win teams need to lose.
Tell you, bro. It's just gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel better.
Look, this is gonna be our cope for the Cavs. Hey man, everybody you thought was gonna make a run didn't make a run that year. Like, Luka, LeBron got bounced in the first. We got bounced. The Celtics got bounced. It just wasn't anybody's year. You know, it was one of them crazy seasons. That's the cope. I'm willing to live with it. Oh shit.
By the way, another question I have. Am I allowed to say that Evan Mobley is better than Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I got pushback on this earlier in the year from some people, and I'm just like,
I think the ideal of Chet gets people excited, but the reality of Chet is not there. It's kind of like where Evan was like 3 years ago, where it's like the idea of Evan is like intoxicating, but like he has not realized that idea yet.
Yeah,
and I'm just honestly, I need Oklahoma City to get eliminated because I'm tired of watching that goddamn commercial.
Oh, with him and Jalen Williams.
Yeah, wearing the same outfit.
Dude, every year they have this. They have one of the more annoying commercials because last year they had it too.
No, I hate every commercial that's going on right now because the other commercial is like oh man, they used to play at Villanova together, guys. Knicks commercial. And now we're going to get Tyrese Halliburton commercials.
You're going to absolutely love that all next
Bro,
year.
I am praying for a Paul George-like second half of his career. I need him to get the Gatorade commercial where he talking. You ever hear Jeff Teague tell that story about him and CJ
Dude, I love
Miles?
that story so much.
Where he was like, yeah, so CJ Miles shot a shot at the end of the game. Paul George had the famous quote, I'm gonna need that shot at the end of the game, right? You remember that whole thing, right? CJ shot the game. Okay. So the next game, Paul George shoots the last shot and it goes off the side of like the backboard. And I think Mike Breen goes, not even close, right? And the thing, and then, you know, Jeff was like really close to CJ. So he talking to CJ after, and CJ's laughing after the game. He's like, what you laughing at? He shows him the phone and somebody had stitched up the Gatorade commercial.
Yeah.
And they synced it up with the shot.
Bro, and the best is in the edit, he just goes, got it. And then
yeah, I need that to happen to Tyrese. I'm gonna need that kind. Like, you know what I need for Tyrese? Somehow his second half of his career is on the Clippers, right? Like all this is over. Okay, I need this whole Indianapolis core to be banished to the Clippers. Okay. That is punishment.
You're about to learn the wall, baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Whatever. What part of that is? What they got it in? What part of LA is that? Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Get ready to learn South Central, buddy. Okay. Right after James and Kawhi leave, go ahead, trade for Miles and Tyrese. That'll put you over the top.
Jeez.
Who else? Nemhard? Yeah, let's see if you rise anymore. Okay. Well, this is how we'll know if Nemhard is truly a playoff riser. Put him on the Clippers. If he makes 20% above in the regular season, in the postseason, in the regular season, then okay, I'll never talk about Nemhard again.
Let's see that same energy.
Okay. I hope you get to play with LaMelo for the rest of your career. Okay. By the way, fuck Obi Toppin, man. I hate seeing Obi Toppin.
Bro,
every time we see Obi Toppin, he's doing some incredible shit versus us that he don't ever do. Ever.
Dayton legend.
Huh?
Dayton legend.
Because I remember this shit happened versus the Knicks where I'm like, what? Obi Toppin's good now? Like, when did this happen? When did Obi become really good? I remember like the Knicks series, when I quit everything was when Kevin Knox made shots. I was like, all right, Kevin Knox. We're getting cooked by Kevin Knox.
hey, can I do another quick rant just real fast? Just real fast.
Quick before you do that, I just would like to point out I want the same thing to happen to this Clipper core that happened to most of that New York core. RJ Barrett. We ever heard of him again?
Purgatory.
Fucking to Canada.
Purgatory in Canada. Real quick.
That's in the Maple Jordan.
Maple Jordan.
We should just campaign. If you got a player that you find annoying and you hate playing against them in the postseason, get them traded to Toronto or the Clippers. Like, they not gonna hurt you there. They gonna be safe. Well, Davion Mitchell ain't bug a soul when he was out there with Toronto.
Or Sacramento, to be honest.
Yeah, just send them over there. Bogdanovich, right? Every member, like who Kevin Huerter play for now? The fucking Hawks. I'm fine with that. Well, no, not the Hawks. Who he play for now?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Right?
We'll never have to worry about him. He's only going to be in the play-in for a game. He'll be the 10th seed. They'll get knocked out.
What if Nembhard goes to a team that doesn't make the playoffs for like the next 8 years?
So now he's just a regular 30% 3-point shooter.
He's going to love Portland. He's going to love Portland.
Yeah, like, what do
He's
you
gonna
do
love
the playoffs?
He's going to love Portland. He's going to love Portland.
Oh yeah, I hope somebody signs into a big deal. You know,
Saturday he goes to Utah.
Culture in Charlotte.
Man, I see somebody float a Darius Garland to Portland trade.
I'm like, why would y'all want to do this to him?
I was like, him going to Portland don't even make sense. They got like 8 guards,
right?
Who all need the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna trade Darius for Scoot.
Worst possible thing they could do.
Let's get smaller and worse.
No, but real quick rant. So I'll be on Twitter, right? And like when the Cavs lost, obviously emotions were high. People were not in the greatest of moods. Obviously,
were they mean to you, Cole?
It's not even about being mean to me. It's just like if you go try to insult me, it gotta at least make sense. Because I was like, obviously, I was getting on Isaac Okoro because he irritates me just in general. Mm-hmm. And I was bringing up the fact that
man.
I
see it. I see
it.
I might not comment. I see it.
Listen, he is the 5th pick in that draft. Right, I feel like we never talk about that. He was the 5th pick in that draft, and the point I was making was this: I was like, "Hey, bro, it's like 3 players from that draft that were taken after Isaac Okoro."
It feels like this is personal, Code, because they say Rail look like Isaac Okoro, and I feel like you just mad at your cousin right now.
Hey, I'll say it to his face. There are 3 players on the Indiana Pacers that were in that draft who are significantly better players than Isaac Okoro, and they all got taken way after him. Tyrese was in that draft. Obi Toppin was in that draft, and Aaron Nesmith was in that draft. They're all way better than Okoro.
There was a significant fall off after Tyrese.
I was about to say you are lumping in 2 other people.
Like, okay, Tyrese, who have said publicly he told the Cavs not to draft him. On like JJ Redick's podcast a couple years ago, because I think the Cavs already had 2 guards. They had Colin Sexton and Darius, so he didn't want to come here. Yeah. So like we weren't going to get Tyrese. But I feel like, yeah, could Ben Neesmith be better? Sure, we be still bitching about Ben Neesmith, dog.
Yeah.
Like, we still be bitching about Neesmith.
You got cooked in one series by Neesmith, who's on his second team, and now you're going ahead and saying, "Look, this guy's incredible." This guy's incredible.
I didn't even say he's incredible.
We be bitching about Neesmith for sure.
Definitely better than I am.
You want to have 3 players. You just want to say you can name 3 players that are taken after
We'd
Isaac.
be so fucking mad at Obi Toppin. We would have traded Obi Toppin like a while ago.
Absolutely.
I think Isaac's problem is that like we can convince ourselves he's a wing, and that means we haven't moved off of him yet. Like that's the big issue.
He not like that, man.
He's not a wing.
I just want the Cavs to admit it to themselves. He not like that, bro. He's not. Please pull the plug on this, please. So that Twitter account, Isaac Okoro Fan Club,
there it is.
Has to change his fucking name.
That guy doesn't follow me, but he knows his shit. I still follow. I fuck with that guy.
Hey, let me tell you something. When that guy has to change his fucking name, I'll be there. Don't worry.
It's about hate.
You'll be there like I was there for Pickensburg deactivating his fucking account.
Oh, he did that? That happened?
Yeah, after the trade, I think he said he was either shutting it down or he was just never going to tweet again after Pickens got traded off.
That's funny. That's great.
I can't wait when you have to change your name to Jonas Valanciunas Fan Club. Don't worry, buddy.
Bro,
don't
worry,
God.
Are you putting that on us, Jonas Valanciunas?
Again, I don't care that it is 10:25. I will drive up there and I will kick your ass, bro. For even putting that into the universe right now.
Bro, you watch us get cooked versus the Pacers, and you know what can stop this? Jonas Valanciunas.
I literally always said
Nico, get off of Kobe's shit. Okay. Get off of Kobe's shit.
I only said Jonas Valanciunas because I seen somebody do a Jonas Valanciunas for a Okoro trade. I was like, I would not do this. I'd rather have Isaac.
I closed Twitter, bro. I had to put it away. I'm like, nah, these people are too fucking.
What?
I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Even as a true Isaac Okoro hater, I would much rather have Isaac Okoro than Jonas Valanciunas.
Bro, between the Okoro trades and then I won't name names, but somebody brought up trading for Jordan Poole. And
delete it.
No, I'm like, dude, no.
Somebody did do the Jordan Poole. Who was that? We need to name names.
Prominent too.
If we need to name names, because I was like, this is the worst trade I've ever seen in my life.
Like it wasn't like just like some dude on Twitter. I remember looking at it and be like, man, what the fuck are you doing?
Was it Woe? Was it Worldwide Woe?
It might have been.
Oh God, he's had a horrific run. The last he's colder than Donovan Mitchell from 3 right now.
I'm pretty sure it was him because I was looking at that like I was like, what?
Yeah. I had seen bringing up trading away Garland in order to bring in Jordan Poole, and I'm like, I'm done. I need to close this out.
It wasn't even just Garland; it was Garland and a first-round pick for Jordan Poole. I'm just like, what?
Because the Karis LeVert thing went so well.
Yeah, yeah, that was You know the hate that Cole talks about.
Get rid of all of our ability to facilitate, and then just have Ty Jerome and fucking Jordan Poole fight over the ball,
bro. The amount of hatred that Kolb has for Isaac was mine for Karis. Because I legitimately would just get so damn frustrated because it's one of those things where like I know that at the end of the game he would end up having good stats, right? But every time I would look up at the game, it would be like him fumbling the ball out of bounds, or like going up for a layup and he would lose the handle, like that, or he would get cooked on defense. It was always when I would look.
Somebody try to blame this series on like the Cavs trading Karis and George, and I was like, brother, what we saw for Ty Jerome was George Niang.
I was about to say, what the fuck is George gonna do? That minivan would have been broken down before the heat.
No, George would have made it worse because he gonna convince himself I could bring the ball up. We saw what he did in the play.
Bro, he was taking so many shots, dog. I couldn't believe it.
He was trying to get Cooper flag. There's no other explanation. than what George Niang was trying to do other than tank, because he took the ball and like I would love if Evan Mobley were this confident, like that aggressive, right? To say my time is now. I'm posting his little ass up, like what is goddamn George Niang like doing it? I think that was frustrating. That was my frustrating thing with Evan, was I had to watch so many Cavs decide, despite every piece of evidence in front of them, that they were going to be the ones that shoot the Cavs out of this. Meanwhile, Evan Mobley's the only one in the series shooting close to 60% from the floor, only one above 40 from three, and he does not have the inkling to be like, maybe I should just get more shots up. Dude, Pascal seems to not be able to do shit with me. Like, we can't get that guy the ball.
Evan had a 70% true shooting percentage in that series against the Pacers.
Yeah, bro, and 15 times maximum.
They would not give him the fucking ball.
Dude, I swear to God, I wish we could take the confidence to shoot the ball or call for the ball like that Amani Bates has and put that into Evan. That's the only thing I want.
No, we need something stronger. We need to get that Dion Waiters in them, baby.
Hey, man, men lie, women lie, buckets don't. My favorite quote of all time.
Hey, look, we would have got out that second round if he had a little bit of Dion in him. Right? Evan, get the ball. Get out the way. He's a fucking cone.
Bro, is Dion... When did he get out the league, man? When did he retire?
Hold on, I'm on it.
I think he left on the Lakers, right? That was his last year when he left with the ring.
Yeah, his last year was with the Lakers in 2020.
Man, he only lasted 8 years, dog.
He went out a champ, bro.
Only lasted 8. He did go out a champ, though. That's all that matters.
He went out bubble champ.
You know what I think Dion Waiters, like the curse of Dion Waiters' whole career was? I truly believe that man would be a playoff riser, but I think he played in like 3 playoff games.
He got the greatest nickname. He got the greatest nicknames ever, dog. Downhill Dion. Kobe Wade is just like a hilarious nickname.
Whose cousin gave him that? Like,
that's funny. That's hilarious.
He had 2 playoff runs.
Google me.
He had 2 playoff runs. He had the 2015-2016 with OKC. And then he had the
by the way, he wore 23 in Oklahoma City.
God damn it. Dude, and that was with Westbrook and fucking KD on that roster.
Right after he got traded from the Cavs, he wore 23.
Jesus Christ. And then he played really 5 games for Lakers.
George Pickens. Like,
dude, you're actually right. I never made that comparison. You're actually right.
Like, was pretty eyed on the Cavs, super inefficient. Definitely had locker room issues. Could never really perceive where his talent is versus what his role should be. And then once I think he had a little bit of run in Miami. I remember that. He made a game-winning shot against D Wade and stood on the table at American Airlines Arena and told D Wade, "This mine now." Yeah, if you could insert Dion Waiters' confidence into a lot of players, it would change things. But really, I think that's what the Cavs are waiting on, right? One, you need to be able to withstand a Darius Garland injury. 2, Evan has to be the factor in the fourth quarter of these playoff games.
Yeah.
And that takes Kenny making it a point of emphasis, but it also takes Evan making it a point of emphasis. Like, there is no reason going into game 3, he should be looking at that box score and being like, well, these motherfuckers ain't making shots. I'm making shots. Give me the ball. Like, sometimes being selfish is okay. When you're good, right? When you good, being selfish ain't selfish. It's what's best for the team, right? Like, you being selfish by not being selfish right now, Evan. I need you to be more selfless and be selfish in these moments. That's what I need from you. But yeah, he definitely needs to be more of a factor in the fourth quarter of these games. He cannot be as good as he is. Like, and there were moments in this game where I'm like, oh, he's getting the ball off the dribble. Like, nobody's even setting him up. And he's just going at guys. He's getting buckets. And like the Pacers had so many lineups where they had nobody at the rim. And I was like, it was easy every time to get Evan that shot. And nobody on the court ever said to themselves, hey, you want to just get this guy the fucking ball? Hold on. Instead of trying to crash the rim with our 6'2" guys, how about this 7-foot guy who has like a 7'4" wingspan and they can't do anything about because he can just shoot over everybody? How about
Here
that guy?
comes Domo in the comments talking about he doesn't have an offensive skill set and give him the ball to do what? Even though he was shooting 58% from the field and 42% from
I'm just keep it real with you. Your downfall is gonna be what's best for Cleveland right now because you are against Shador and you are against Evan Mobley, and we desperately need something from both of them. Okay.
You say you don't believe in Dylan Gabriel? You don't believe in Dylan?
I'll make my feelings known about Dylan Gabriel. I'm going to give him a fair shot, obviously, but I would not be surprised if Dylan does not look great in the NFL, given that my man 5'11" and 1/8 inch.
It won't shock me if he has the Colt McCoy career track.
Colt McCoy was 6'1".
Still a backup. Still barely played.
You know how good he has to be Colt McCoy at 5'11" and 1/8 inch?
Oh God, man. Yeah. Like, it's not an easy road. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but like,
I need people to understand. We understand this is basketball. You know how good somebody got a hoop to be like under 6 foot and make it to the NBA?
Hey, bro, we make fun of Isaiah Thomas all the time.
Uh-huh.
He was cold before the hip injury, dog. Like, he was cold.
Shout out Earl Boykin.
Shout out Earl Boykin. He's so good that if you were 6'5", you'd be like on a different level, right?
Yeah.
But that's how good you got to be. I've never watched Dylan Gabriel and go, oh, that's a guy who overwhelms people with his ability to be good at football. It's like, oh, Dylan Gabriel's played a lot of football. He knows where to get the ball to in college. That's just not a skill set that translates overwhelmingly when you're 5'11" to the NFL.
Dog, I be forgetting Earl Boykins is from Cleveland, bro.
Damn right,
man.
Legend.
The legend, bro. 13 years in the league. At 5'5", dog. 5'5".
Dude, between him and Muggsy Bogues, those were the old school small players back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Old school King.
Only played with the Cavs. Well, he played with the Cavs for 2 years. Man.
I know he can fight too. There's no shot he can't fight.
Bro, and the fact that he played from 98 to 2012.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he played in the 2000s that small.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace, dog. He was getting that shit around him. You know how crazy you got to be 5'5" and be like, I'm going to go right at him. Like, that's Ron Artest. I don't care.
Bro, he played from Jordan Bowls to Derrick Rose Bowls.
You're like, yeah.
Crazy.
Wild.
Hey,
Shout out to Earl, man. Shout out to Earl, dog. That's major for real.
By the way, Kobe, are you ready for the get back on LeBron tour that you about to experience these next couple of years if he still keeps playing?
What you mean?
All these players who have had to deal with LeBron's bullshit for the last 20 years finally looking at him and being like, oh, I could get 30.
try to get that get back.
Shot.
Like Paul George earlier I think it was last week where he was talking about like, oh yeah, no, if LeBron wasn't in the East, I would have already had a ring. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah. Everybody in the league still, right? Drew Holiday about to go crazy on him. Al Horford about to get some revenge, dog. What? Oh, dude, you don't even want to see DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, dude.
Take that peek. Was he the first time he get that first like take like LeBron goes off a little bit, but it's not like it used to. And he's like, oh, that ain't Bron no more. Let's go. Oh, let's go.
Dude, that's why he still goes off against the Cavs every time. He sees the Cavs uniform and gets PTSD from the LeBron.
Even the Cavs realized it this year, where it's like it used to be like, oh, we're gonna play a close game with LeBron. This year it was like, oh, yo, we got this. We got this.
Dog, do y'all know that DeMar is 36, bro?
Yeah, man.
He's 36.
Dude, there's so many players whose whole career happened in like a segment of LeBron's career.
Like DeMar's rookie year was Kobe's last championship.
Think about this. Derrick Rose whole career, LeBron prime.
Damn.
Whole career. Like even the part where he was coming off the bench and just being a support player. LeBron prime. Like,
bro, what's crazy too is DeRozan was in the same draft as Curry.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was him, Curry, and Harden in that draft too, and Tyreek Kevin. Shout out.
Dude, either the dudes for that draft class lasted an insane amount of time or no time at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyreek Evans, special.
Wait, was that the
right.
Brandon Jennings class that he's been arguing about with?
No.
Yeah, Brandon Jennings was that class.
Yeah,
Was he that draft?
Yeah, he was that draft too.
Pat Bev?
No way. He was that draft?
Drew Holiday was in there too.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, Darren Collison.
Darren Collison.
Teague.
Jared.
Hey, Blake Griffin, number 1 pick, baby.
Hey, Jordan Hill.
Whole career again, LeBron's prime.
Yeah.
James Harden was number 3. Tyreek was crazy.
What's crazy is I don't think LeBron ever played Blake Griffin in his first run with the Cavs. He only played Blake when he was on the Heat and beyond, and that whole career still existed within LeBron's career.
Jeff Teague was in this draft. 19.
Yes.
Dude, shout out to Omri Caspi too.
Hey, bro, look at this run of players. Drew Holiday, 17, Ty Lawson, 18, Jeff Teague, 19. Listen, bro, that's 2 All-Stars, and Ty Lawson was cold, too.
Mm-hmm.
What's even crazier, too, is that a Cavs assistant was taken in the first round of this draft.
Damari Carroll?
Yep.
Yeah, Damari Carroll.
Yeah. No,
and then...
Will you remember like the players that were relevant? Like Thabo Cephalosha was like a big deal.
Dude, yes.
During like one of LeBron's years. Like all the point guards he played with in Miami, Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers, their careers ended well before he was even on the Lakers.
Bro, funny story, right? So I was in grade school. Norris Cole was at Cleveland State. And during the summer, they would do basketball camps. And they would have the players come in and be like the counselors or whatever. And I had Norris Cole as my coach. And Norris Cole had never played me. So I knew damn well Norris Cole had an eye for basketball because he knew damn well I sucked. So like literally saw me play and I'm like, I am okay with that. I get it. Yeah, damn right. Same draft too, DeJuan Blair.
Wow.
Patrick Beverly, Danny Green. Man, they're like this.
Patty Mills too. Patty Mills.
You know what's crazy? We lived in a timeline where Danny Green was the fun dancing rookie, and he retired before LeBron. Think about that shit, dog.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this draft like man.
He left him and then joined LeBron later on to get a ring,
and then played for the Cavs for us.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, y'all remember Christian
Iyenga?
We gotta wait for Cole.
Yeah. What was it one more time, Cole? You were cutting out.
Damn, I was reading 0 points.
Do y'all remember Christian Skyanga?
Damn
Last
right.
pick of the first round.
Wow.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Ooh.
Played 51 games.
Hey man, is Dylan Windler still in the league?
I have no idea.
No clue.
It's crazy.
I just looked to shout out Rodrigue Beaubois.
Oh, real quick.
Oh yeah.
He was cold for a minute.
He was
real
cold
quick.
for a minute.
So we had that discussion about my game log, right? My backlog. I've tackled 2 games so far.
Okay.
Sleeping Dogs. Been playing that.
Liking it?
Pretty good. You know what? It's kind of like PS2 GTA and the wrestling games on PS2 combined. Like if you could have Just Bring It and Grand Theft Auto combined, that's what Sleeping Dogs is like. Like that game. You know, a little skill tree in there, you know, a little learning curve. It's nice. And I've been playing Cyberpunk.
You been playing Cyberpunk?
Yeah. That shit is incredible.
There it is.
That shit is incredible.
Okay.
I blinked and I played for 8 hours one night. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you can have fun with the Cyberpunk. Do you know what your do you know how you what decisions you're gonna make with the character yet? Or are you just having a good time? I'm
just going through it on vibes, you know, just picking whatever I am. I'm just shooting through shit. I'm not doing any of the stealth. So, you know, I'm really getting my gun grades up in there. I got betrayed by Dexter.
Yeah,
you know, that's crazy. I thought you could. I was so bad too. That's how I knew I was into it. When I got shot by him and the fucking screen popped up and I realized like the game had just started. One, I was like, oh shit, that's the prologue.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah, because they already made me sad. They killed my homeboy. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, wait! I thought he was gonna be there. Like, yeah, man, I was all sad. Like, I see you in the big leagues, dog. Like, damn, bro, they got me. And then Dexter betrayed me. I was like, I knew I should have sold him out. But I hear that don't change nothing. Like,
there's nothing you can do about that part. The prologue is a prologue. There's nothing you can do.
I'm out here thinking, you know, I should have said that meme where it's like, don't give me that brother shit. Shot me. I'm like, what? You gonna do this? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's like 3 black people in Cyberpunk, dog. You gonna do this to me? That's nuts.
So yeah, when you find the other black person in Cyberpunk, you'll be happy.
Okay, you're gonna be trustworthy because they killed people. Okay,
they'll be pretty. If you want them to be trustworthy, they'll be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake with them.
Yeah, but it's been a pretty good play.
You like Cyberpunk is interesting. I didn't know if you was gonna like it or not.
Yeah, the graphics are really good. I got it on Xbox. So I got it on Xbox a while ago because like it was when everybody was like losing their mind about the game. And I was like, hey man, they're probably gonna fix this, right? So I just bought it for like $10 like for retail and physical. So I was like, I ain't gonna really feel like I'm in a rush to play it. So I'm gonna wait till the next, because they already had promised there was gonna be like this pipeline of patches and shit. And I was like, I'll just wait forever. And then like they already did the shit like a year ago, and I've been sitting on the game for a while. But yeah, I've been playing it. It plays smooth 60 on Xbox, you know, and it looks incredible. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like going through the dialogue things too, you know, like clicking through all the dialogue, even though sometimes it's too much talking in the car. Like it's just like it's a lot of talking in the car. But
I can tell you're gonna fuck something up during the game because you don't like dialogue.
Yeah, I've been trying to get through all the dialogue options.
Yeah, you gonna fuck something up. You're gonna make a decision you don't want to make.
I know, Blue means it's not gonna change shit, right? Like, you know.
When you get to the timed ones,
oh
yeah, you go fuck up.
I don't feel like, because like sometimes it'll be timed. I'll say whatever it says on there, and then they just look at me and then just like continue their conversation. I'm like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to talk.
Oh no! Sometimes silence is an answer in the game, but like sometimes you're supposed to say things like you're not supposed to be silent.
Yeah, I've gotten that. Like there'll be like choices. I'm like, oh no, I got to say something. It's like going by really fast. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, this is intense. I guess this is part of the gameplay too, huh?
Some would say it's the most important part of the game. Actually,
it actually gave me the thought. I'm like, is this what Oblivion is like? Like, should I play Oblivion? I'm gonna just do one at a time. One at a time. These are people who made Dragon Age, right?
No. These are the people who made
Witcher.
The Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no shot I'm gonna ever play a game in that setting. But
The Witcher 3 is phenomenal.
I was gonna say I've never gotten into The Witcher, but I've been playing Baldur's Gate.
I do think.
Oh, Mac, we love Baldur's Gate in this.
I love Baldur's Gate.
I do think at some point I have to play Skyrim.
Yeah, you definitely have to play Skyrim.
I have to play. I have to absolutely. I'm waiting for the remaster to come out. But I'm like, at some point, I do think I have to play Skyrim. And I think I'm one of the Fallout games. I don't think I'm gonna like Fallout, but I'm like, I gotta play it.
If you play a Fallout game, play 3.
See, I want to play 70s. I want to play New Vegas.
New Vegas is the best one from that generation of games.
Yeah.
3 and New Vegas both on the P. The story of 3 is better than the story of New Vegas. But New Vegas is the better game.
Damn, man. Oklahoma City really about to win this game.
Oh, yeah. They're 100% about to win. 100% about to win.
Yeah, they're going to the finals, dude.
Hey, we getting Q into RPGs. This is a good day.
Okay. Well, I do like RPG elements because I was playing this game Outriders with my friends for a while, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this upgrading shit." You know, you can upgrade your character, get new power ups, unlock stuff. You know, that's the thing I like about the Spider-Man games the most is you could do like the little tree and get your thing more advanced, and then you can really beat the shit out some criminals much better, more efficiently. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty satisfying. I will say the skill tree in Cyberpunk is pretty fucking confusing. I heard it got better like than it was at launch.
So the skill tree for Cyberpunk is like it's based on how you
upgrade a lot, but
it's based on how you play the game. So like you basically get to pick what kind of android you want to be. And if you're somebody who likes stealth, then you can like upgrade all of those. If you're somebody who just wants to go in and just shoot everybody up, like you could upgrade all of those.
I did unlock the double jump. I got that tip from somebody to get the tendon so you can have to double jump.
Yeah. And then like you can customize your character so much, like you can really like tailor your character to how you want to play the game in a perfect way. Like it's fun. It's really fun.
All right. Yeah. It's a pretty like detailed open world too.
I wish you could play third person in there too. Because I like games that give you the option to play the game in either third person or first person, which is what Fallout does and which is what Skyrim does too. And like Elder Scrolls, like you can play in third or first. It's just like it's up to your preference.
It would bother me more if the first person shooter mechanics weren't solid, and I think they're pretty solid in this game. And you can play it at 60. Like first person shooters in 30, I can't do 30 frames per second. First person shooter. That's why I just don't think I'm ever getting into Starfield. Because it's not the Xbox is not powerful enough to run that at a decent frame rate.
I can understand that.
Yeah. But
PS5 doesn't have these problems, to be completely honest with you.
What with
frame rates and just things like that? Like I never have an issue with it.
I will say this. This is where I'll get the Xbox credit. Older games, like last generation games, play much better on Xbox than they do on PS4, on PS5. Like if you want to play, like you get better features with those games because I hear Sleeping Dogs plays at 60 frames on Xbox if you buy it on there. But I already had it on PlayStation, so it's locked at 30 there. So, you know, it's just the thing is PlayStation 4 had way better games.
Way better games. It's not
I
close.
completely agree.
It's not close.
So Xbox does have its benefits. I think the Game Pass thing is really useful. That's how I'm gonna try out Claire Obscure 33. I'm gonna try to get my gaming on, you know, this off season. And maybe even during the season, it might be that kind of year. You know what I mean? It might be let's get that video out and just do something else type of thing.
Hey, no, when you supposed to be doing a stream for the Browns, and you just like, you know what, y'all, we gonna play some video games.
I was Football Dynasty. Road to Glory High School grind. Let's go.
I'll talk through my feelings, but I'm going to be playing college football the whole time.
Yeah, we're going to be playing with all the future Browns quarterbacks. See, Caleb Clark got 92 speed. You know, it might be that kind of year where like it's about whoever the number 1 overall pick's going to be, right? Well, what's it looking like? Lenore Sellers, Cade Klubnik, Francisco Mendoza. Who we got? You know, like.
Shador's gonna be good, guys. Shador's gonna be good. I hope.
Hey man, if Shador's good, we still drafted one of them if they turned out to be like really good, and then we gonna have a lot of draft picks to surround that young man with. Okay, imagine Shador fetch you a first, like
man.
Send them back to the Saints. They deserve it. They deserve to have to pay a fucking premium for Shador Sanders. Like, if we could be the middleman on a team that fucked up not taking them while still getting somebody with a higher ceiling, oh, that's a win-win scenario.
Bro, they love Tyler Shuck down there in New Orleans.
They love him until they play him, right? Remember how much people loved, what's his name? He played at Houston. He was on the Arizona Cardinals. He played college at Houston.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He got destroyed by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of his name.
Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune. There it
we
is.
heard all this bullshit about Clayton Tune might be the future. You know, we got to see what we have there. And then Clayton Tune played against Myles Garrett, and then they turned a different tune after that, right? Like, okay, yeah, you think he's good. Wait till he has to play somebody. Yeah. Right? Wait till you see him do the Brandon Wheaton shit we be seeing him do, right? Like, yeah. Dude. They'll be like, you know what, man? Is Shador available?
The fact that there are tweets from the Oregon football account on Twitter from 2019 saying Tyler Shuck has entered the game is fucking insanity to me.
He's old as shit, bro.
Coming in for Justin Herbert is Tyler Shuck.
They took that man with the 40th overall.
Dude, he's a week older than Trevor Lawrence.
You really want to age him? This is who went in the 2019 NBA draft that are the same age as him. Zion Williams.
Wow.
Ja Morant. Like Darius Garland. Jackson Hayes. Tyler Hero. This would make you feel old. Y'all remember Romeo Langford?
Oh yes, I do. I do remember Romeo.
Dude,
Langford.
Is he older than Sekou Doumbouya?
Sekou Doumbouya. Let's see. That man is 24. He is so much. He's so
older.
So much younger. So much younger.
Matisse Thybulle.
Oh God. Cam Johnson was that year too.
Yep. That is how old this man is. He was in college a decade ago. Okay, like a whole different decade.
Man, he was in college pre-COVID.
Yeah. He actually could say this to his teammates. You know, before COVID, it was a little different.
You guys don't know.
Because he wasn't there just pre-COVID. He had a whole year.
Oh my God.
He said, "You young boys don't know shit about shit."
Yeah. COVID really fucked up my second freshman year.
Dude, he's the same age as Kevin Porter Jr.
Dog. Remember when you thought Kevin Porter Jr. was the future?
I remember people were mad about that, right?
Yeah.
Remember people were mad about getting rid of him?
Bro, he's a
coming
year
off the bench for like the Bucks.
Yeah, for the Bucks this year. Dude, they really had KPJ and Kyle Kuzma on the same team and thought they were going to win a title.
Oh, his birthday's in September, so he's going to be 26 by the end of the first month of the year.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And here's the thing: if he were old, here's the thing, though. It's not just that he's old. If he had put together 3 good years in college football and was clearly like, oh, well, he's old. He's not going like Brandon Wheaton did, right? But he's good. He was cooking. My man put together an eye season at Louisville one time.
just okay.
Yeah, look, I hear people bitch and moan about Dylan Gabriel going before Shedeur Sanders. You can make the argument that Dylan Gabriel was incredibly productive for 5 years in college football.
Yeah.
In against all kind of different competition, with all kind of he played through the gimmicky offense. We went through this with JP, right? Where he had Josh Heupel, he threw to Gabe Davis, he went to Lincoln Riley, and then he jumped back to Dan Lanning, but went through all kind of stuff, right? Play good football throughout all of it. So okay, I can get from a production standpoint why he would go ahead of Shedeur Sanders. I don't agree with it. I think it's crazy once you actually look at him, but okay, cool. Tyler Shuck has no argument to go ahead of Tyler. This is the thing I find egregious. There's no argument that is valid for Tyler Shuck to go ahead of Shedeur Sanders. And low-key, the same thing exists for Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could try to argue tools, but if you look at them play, in college,
what
neither one of
Dart have over Shedeur?
And people think he has a better arm than Shedeur. He's a better athlete than Shedeur.
He's probably a marginally better athlete than Shedeur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just but if you looked at tape, if you watch them play in college, there's no argument for either of them to get drafted.
What Corey always say whenever you bring up Jackson Dart, he couldn't be on time in a Lane Kiffin offense.
he couldn't be on time in the easiest offense in college football.
Yeah.
Bro,
what's he gonna do in the NFL?
Real quick, I want to bring this up too because I looked this up. So Tyler Shuck played in 2019, right? One of the leading receivers that they had that year is now his teammate in New Orleans, Juwan Johnson.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Juwan Johnson, who I want to say has been in the NFL for 6 years.
Gabe Davis was Dylan Gabriel's teammate in college, and Dylan Gabriel is younger than Tyler Shuck. Think about that. He's older than Dylan Gabriel.
It's ridiculous, bro.
And we were talking about Dylan Gabriel like he had arthritis already.
To put in perspective, Juwan Johnson's on his second fucking contract in the NFL.
Bro, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of college football. How many did Cam McCormick play?
Oh, you talking about the tight end?
Yeah,
the tight end?
Mr. College. By the way, did he at least get a camp invite?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Pro Football Reference page. I don't think he got a camp invite. He played less football seasons than Cam McCormick did.
40th overall pick.
Bro, yeah. Cam McCormick is only written down for 6 seasons. This man played 7 seasons of college football. That is like a really good player. That's like 3. That's almost 2.25 college football careers.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he only topped over 1,600 passing yards in 1 season.
Bro, in the 1 year we're talking about, he has 3,000 yards.
Yeah. 23
touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's what we doing this for. This was the season that made everybody go, oh man, top 40 pick, Tyler Shuck. The
62% completion percentage at Louisville.
What did Kenny Pickett do his last year in college?
Bro, he did so much more than this. By the way, Uber went fucking 9-4.
So his last year in college, okay, yeah.
47, bro. 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's just passing. Kenny Pickett was also a runner in college. He had
4,300 passing yards.
Yeah, that's and look at what Kenny Pickett is in the league. Which is nothing.
Bro.
Yeah. But hey, at least benefit is that he can get the rental car to take his ass to the airport when they cut him.
Hey man, that's true. He can rent a rental car with no restrictions.
Yep.
Like, he don't got to pay no fee. Look, he probably old enough to where he got one of them good credit cards with the rental car insurance built in. Yeah, he got that Chase Sapphire, right? You know, I didn't get that card till I was almost 30, right? I know he got that card. Like, he got grown man cards in that wallet. I bet that man wallet leather. Big. He got coupons in there. He
got the rubber band wrapped around it.
He call them coupons, right? Like, he got a lighter.
Hey, you think they call him Unc? You think they call him Unc in the locker room already?
You know how old he is? I bet he gonna complain in the NFL about how many of these young guys out here be vaping.
Dude, no, you want to know what's really fucking wild? Is that Tyler Shuck and Brock Purdy went to the same prom together.
My guy is the last millennial to graduate college.
Dude, he is the last. Tyler Shuck made history as the last player from the 1900s to be drafted in the NFL.
That's nuts.
That's nuts.
He'll be the last guy drafted from the 1900s.
Nobody from the 1900s is ever eligible, right?
Right, exactly.
Like he has everybody by like a whole year.
Yeah, exactly. Like
top 40 pick.
Top 40.
This is why I had to pump the brakes on the Dylan Gabriel draft criticism. I'm like, the Browns are getting more criticism for taking Dylan Gabriel at 90-something than Tyler Shuck and the Saints are for taking that man at 40.
Every time I saw somebody mocking him, like to the Browns at 33, I'm like, all right, this is agent fodder, right? Like, it's nothing but agents trying to push his name up to get him in that conversation of like, somebody's going to take him. And I saw that and I'm like, okay, all right, man. Whatever. At least he's off the fucking board and I don't need to hear about this dude. Like,
he's one of them players I hope get drafted.
Yeah.
Right. like there are players you're like, oh man, I hope we have a chance to take him. So I could at least be mad at my team for passing on him. And then there are some teams like, I don't even want to give you the shot to disappoint me like this.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I probably celebrated just as hard for any draft pick this year that I did that Jackson Dart went to the fucking Giants. I celebrated so goddamn hard that he just didn't end up here.
Like, think about this, man.
Jackson Shart is in New York, man. That's all I know.
Dart, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 4,000 yards, first round.
Solid.
Right.
Solid.
Let's look up Shador Sanders numbers that same year. 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 5th round pick. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, man.
Crazy. By the way, Shador, the one year everybody was like, yeah, man, he didn't play well versus Pac-12 competition. 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
And still had 3,000 yards.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Ryan caught that.
With one of the worst offensive lines known to man. I think last year, his offensive line was much better. But oh boy, that first year at Colorado, where he was playing with the Jackson State alumni. Ooh.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. His offensive line was much better this year than the year before, and it was still really bad. It still was not good.
Well, they were much better, and they had the buff of playing in a much worse conference than they were the year before. Because like you were playing legit dudes who were playing at Jackson State the year before against like Duran. I remember when we watched that Oregon game and people were like, I don't think Colorado fans understand. Oregon's not even like that. They just kind of like Oregon's the team that gets smacked by a real contender when the time comes. Like that's what Oregon's role usually is. They're Penn State plus, right? Like you take them a little bit more seriously than you take Penn State. But ultimately, if Ohio State plays any of those teams, you take Ohio State.
I take them a hell of a lot. Well, I would say this because I cannot stand James Franklin. I cannot stand James Franklin for the life of me. And
Dan Lanning is the same thing.
He's better. He's got better PR. I would say that he's got better PR because, like, I'm sorry, like I look at James Franklin
we have just dealt with Dan Lanning long enough. But like, it's like, you've dealt with James Franklin for like, what, 10 years now?
Yeah.
So you're tired of him. Wait till you get to year 10 of Dan Lanning.
Look, all I would say is that when it comes to James Franklin, the way that they call that offense, it's like, it reminds me of when the Browns, like in like 2015, 2016, when they would have a lead going into halftime, and they would just say, all right, you know what? We were really good. We were really aggressive. We were just going to completely fold, and we were just going to run the ball the rest of the way, and we're going to go completely conservative for the rest of this game. That is James Franklin's offense from the first second of the game.
We should get a playback deal, by the way. Because this is essentially a playback stream. But yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, here's the thing with Dan, right? That offense is so goddamn Mickey Mouse out there in Oregon. Like, I hate watching Oregon film on offense. There's nothing I despise more unless I'm like watching Abdul Carter destroy it, right? Like, I hate having to watch Oregon film. It sucks. It's so you got to just scroll and scroll. And you're like, nothing to evaluate there. Screen. Nothing to evaluate there. Screen. Nothing to evaluate. It is the most. He had Justin Herbert playing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. That Oregon Penn State game, it's fun. That's a fun game to watch. It's a fun game to watch. Dylan Gabriel running away from Abdul Carter is hilarious too.
Wait till Dylan Gabriel sees Myles Garrett. Like, he was like, man, that Abdul Carter guy was a beast.
Hey, low key,
see the photos that they released of Myles Garrett on the exercise bike, and I'm like,
yeah,
he's 315 pounds. Oh my god!
Hey, bro,
picture up on Blue Sky of like Myles Garrett at 270 at the combine, and then what Myles looks like today. I'm like, he's at least 315.
Massive. All muscle. All muscle.
Abs at 315 pounds.
Genetic freak of nature.
Nah,
what Myles Garrett is.
No, we'll
Genetic
never see another thing like another person like Myles Garrett.
No.
That motherfucker is a Pokemon, dog.
Like, think about that. Think about his first round though, too. Between him and David Njoku and then Peppers. Like, you just went all muscle squad.
That was actually a pretty good first round if you think about it, right? Because like all three of those guys end up being solid starters. But if you threw Myles Garrett in the time machine and you put him back to like year 2, David and Goliath would be about Myles Garrett. Okay, like,
hey, Soul Train said Myles is my champ.
Rookie year Myles is Machoke. Now he is Machamp.
Yeah, rookie year Myles, who was the biggest dude on the field, and you're like, no, he has 2 more evolved forms. And if you evolve him with the special element, you get a special version of Myles Garrett.
Dude, no, you know what this actually reminds me of too? This reminds me of like when you look back at like the first era of LeBron, where like LeBron was just a certified like genetic freak when he first came in with just winning with athleticism. Then he goes to Miami. And you realize, oh shit, he actually can get better. Like, oh my God, I didn't know that you could get bigger. Like when there were like the workout videos of him walking down the street with like that tractor tire that he would just do like for his lifting and shit, like just walking around a block.
Myles is it's unfathomable how big he is.
Yeah.
And like he's still jumping over 2 people to block a field goal. Right, he's doing like he's dribbling in like him and Mason Graham weigh the same amount of weight,
and it looks completely different.
I feel like it's so unfair to Mason Graham because people are on his ass right now. They're like, why are we fat shaming a 3-tech? What is this game come to? We just expect the 3-tech to look like fucking Myles. I'm glad we didn't draft Abdul Carter because the first time somebody would have did that side by side of Myles and Abdul, all kind of absurd takes would have been had.
I'm not gonna lie, Mason be getting shamed because when he walked into the facility, like you see that Browns video of him walking into the facility,
Dude,
he looks like a normal dude you see on the street, and people are not having it.
bro, I swear to God, like I saw like at least 3 different dudes
Marshawn
like that.
Graham, we'd be talking about this differently.
Bro, I'm telling you, I saw 3 people that looked just like Mason Graham when I used to go to Tri-C. Like I saw at least 3 guys at on campus.
Hey, ask Donovan Jackson though if he punched like a regular guy. Ask Jonah Mahim what that's like, right?
Hey, no, what he did to Jonah Mahim was crazy.
Right.
Hey, look. He might not look like much, and I bet that went through everybody who's ever played against Mason Graham up to this point. Oh, that dude, that's your dude. We got that. Hey, ask everybody on Alabama's offensive line in 2023 about Mason Graham. Like, white boy can play. Okay.
And that's my thing too.
Tyler Booker was fighting for his life versus Mason Graham. He was like the 10th pick of the draft.
See, and that's why too. You put him together with Mike Hall in the middle, and then you got Miles off the edge. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be fucking fun.
Oh yeah, and look, Mason Graham's gonna have some unique opportunities because we've talked about this dynamic where nobody doubts white athletes quite like other white athletes, right? Like those are the people who have the most doubt about the white folks playing the different positions that white folks usually play in football, right? And some guard is gonna be like, 1-on-1, me and him. I got that. That's chicken. I'm not about to let the white dude get past me. And it's okay. Like, oh, shit. He can play. Because that's absolutely gonna happen. You know who not gonna take that man for granted? Who's a black guard in the NFL? Like, can you think of any?
Tyler Booker.
Yeah, Tyler Booker.
Hey, watch him. He gonna be in that scout report. Looks can be deceiving.
Guys, I'm just saying, maybe double team.
Nick Saban said that's the best defensive tackle he's ever seen. Okay, you need to block him.
Did Nick really say that?
Yes. Like, my God, like Mason Graham's incredible.
Hey, don't let Mason Graham get some more upper body strength either.
It's gonna come. Miles gonna get tired of looking at him, right? Like, work out with me. Like, I get you right. Again, this is the dude Miles wanted. Right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, he don't know what he about to get into. We about to see Mason Graham next. He gonna look like fucking Brock Lesnar. Like, what happened?
He's about to F5 Joe Burrow right in the middle.
315. Yeah, he's still 315. This is whey protein, coach.
Nah,
he's about to treat Lamar Jackson like Kofi Kingston right now. Like,
he gonna come back like fucking Drew McIntyre did. We're like, what the fuck happened here?
Roger's gonna be like, "No, we drug tested you immediately."
Everybody at that camp. Every time Miles passed a drug test, Roger just be in that office. He can't keep getting away with this. This is insane. How does he still pass it every time it's green? You telling me this is fucking natural? Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, Nick Saban said that man, Mason Graham, is a certified pain in the ass. Hey, imagine Donovan Jackson. Would Donovan Jackson play for the Raiders, right?
I think so.
Hey, they gonna bring him up for that scouting profile when they play the Browns. He's going, hey man, I don't know what that Miles like, but we need to get hands on 55, okay? Or 94, whatever fucking number he wearing. We need that white boy cold,
bro. It's gonna be him against Mason Graham in London.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, is he on the Vikings? Is he on the Vikings?
He's on the Vikings.
He was wrestling. Okay. Donovan Jackson was doing that little step, looking over at his guard, like, I'm glad it ain't me. That was me last year. Okay.
That ain't my responsibility.
It ain't gonna be me this year. Okay. I'm gonna tackle. I got him.
I mean, dude, the rest of that offensive line, oh, bro, actually, that game might be a massacre for JJ McCarthy.
No,
like,
both quarterbacks are going to get destroyed in that game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is 100% the game that the starter gets injured. Okay, like that's going to be the first time we see Dylan. All right, getting into the game, Dylan Gabriel. It's going to be like grand opening, grand closing. Brian Flores going to see his little ass get in the game. We're sending everything. Even the safety. What the fuck he gonna do? Throw over it? Get your hands up. Okay. He like this tall.
Harrison Smith is about to look like a rookie all over again.
That's what they look. He better hope he come in against somebody who's not that mean. But if he come in versus Mike Tomlin or the Vikings, first thing they gonna do, send everybody. Get them hands up. Zach Orr gonna be like, yeah, we gonna blitz this little motherfucker. Let's see if he can throw it. Okay, I'll get beat one time. I hope Dylan's ready for it, dog. You better get that little foot back. Throw that shit up.
He getting tested every single time.
He gonna
every single time he get tested.
and throw that bitch in the air.
Well, okay. Think about this for the start of the season, right? Okay. Bengals week 1, Ravens week 2, Green Bay week 3, Detroit week 4.
Oof.
You get Brian Flores sending the house. Then you get Pittsburgh sending the house. Miami. Then you got New England. You get a little bit of reprieve. Then you get the bye. Then you get Aaron.
I'm predicting right now. Shedeur Sanders going to come in halfway through that New England game. And look, the defense is going to carry him to victory. But he'll do a couple of things that make people be like, Shedeur dragged the team to victory. Oh, by the way, the amount of like credit he gonna get for shit that what did have nothing to do with them is gonna be disgusting if he plays.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty.
Shedeur gonna win a game, throw 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, but they were like, that 1 touchdown came when it mattered. Right? It's gonna be Brock Purdy. Crazy.
You know what they're gonna do? When the defense starts playing better, in the second half of the year, Shedeur inspired them.
You could just feel these guys. I could hear Colin Coward. You could just feel it when you watch it. It's the star power, isn't it, of Shedeur Sanders, of them just seeing him on the field, and it reminds me of LeBron.
just the way he elevates the rest of the roster around him. It's crazy.
People like to act like it doesn't happen, but that's what star power is, folks. That's what Kareem used to do, right? That's what Magic did. That's what Larry Bird did, folks. That's what athletes are about, right? I can just see the Colin Coward segment. Shedeur Sanders inherited that from his father, Dion. It's not something
no.
Right? Who's the quarterback he likes to shit on now?
It's not Trey Lance anymore.
It's not Trey Lance. Is it Baker? Does he still got I feel like he's left Baker alone.
I don't know if he still holds up with that graft anymore.
Was he a Dak Prescott guy?
That might be one.
No, he's not a Dak guy.
See, Dak Prescott, he doesn't do that for his team. I'm watching Shedeur Sanders. Not even as accomplished as him, right, Drew? But look at the impact. Look at the impact. It's kind of like being married, right? And having kids.
See, and the other thing too is after the bye, it's gonna be Fields versus Shedeur at that point.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like an easy dub too.
Bro, look, I might be wrong on this, and this probably won't age well, but we'll see. But I think the Jets are going to be better than people expect. I still am a believer in Fields.
How good the Jets go be. Nobody is more terrified of Myles Garrett than Justin Fields. Okay,
that is very fair.
Straight up PTSD.
Every time you see 9-5, I'm getting rid of this shit. Okay, Justin Fields has been ran down by one defensive end, and that man's name is Myles Garrett. Okay.
Dude, the only reason why they almost won that game against us 2 years ago is because Joe Flacco almost gave that game away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. But Myles Garrett, no, I'm gonna leave him alone. Okay.
Yeah.
and also whoever the Bears tight end was in that game can't catch.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's another reason.
I think they had Cook, Jason Peters on them too.
Yeah.
Who do you think is worse off in that game against Miles? Is it going to be Fashanu or Membu?
Oh boy, man, Miles likes to cook rookies.
Yeah.
Membu, get ready, brother.
Remember what he did to that po' boy out there in Carolina? First game, he was having a good game. Right before the second half, I'm gonna get 2 off right here, young fella.
What's his name? Ikongu or something
Yeah,
like that?
Ikongu. Yeah, it was over. It was incognito. Okay.
Hey, no, you know who held up? You know who held up well his rookie year against Miles? Rashawn Slater.
Mm-hmm.
He held up well.
And
But that last
back and be like, yeah, you know that was accurate, right?
that last game, did he have 3? Did he have 3 on Rashawn?
Hey, imagine if Miles come to you pregame talking about some, I owe you. Oh yeah, I owe you. My bad. I'm gonna get you that money back. What do you mean by that? hey, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Wait, why are you gonna walk away like that? What you mean?
Whooping his ass all game.
It was like what LeBron used to tell people at the All-Star break. Oh, I done figured you out. What that mean? Huh? I think he told that to the Atlanta Hawks one time. Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I figured y'all out, Teague. Huh?
No, he didn't say that. What he said was he went to the locker room. He's like, Jeff Teague was like, yeah, we was up by 20. At halftime, we go to the locker room. All I hear is Bron say, hey, we good. We good.
But also Teague was like at the All-Star break that year, I knew he was cooked because LeBron came up to us. Was like, Teague, I think I figured y'all out. He's like, huh? Because he had said they beat LeBron like every game that year. He was like, yeah, Teague, I think we figured you out. Huh? and the thing that was crazy about it, you know what the solution was? We go attack Jeff Teague. He told this man, we figured y'all out. You the problem. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah.
I see why Jeff can't stand him. He can't stand Bron.
Yeah.
It's always so fucking funny to see, man.
No, LeBron legitimately terrorized the East. So many people from the Eastern Conference in that era are going to try to get their shit back on LeBron while he's cooked.
Bro, I still remember that Pacers series spoiled Infinity War for me. That was the only time. That was the only movie that I didn't see that opening that initial night. And I just remember seeing Sunday the meme of Oladipo dapping up LeBron with the Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Right. I think, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this season plays out. But yeah, it's LeBron being cooked is going to be a fun element of this that Kobe's going to have to deal with because it is undeniable. Now, look, he's LeBron, so he might come back and like almost win comeback player of the year or something like that. Or have us talk about, should LeBron be comeback player of the year?
That'll be the Cowherd argument.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, Cowherd's got a lot of room on that LeBron thing. But yeah, you think LeBron gonna go out without a retirement tour?
Oh no, Adam Silver is going to demand that he has a retirement tour.
He should do it like in Cleveland.
I agree. Actually,
yeah.
I think he should do it in Cleveland.
There's just no space for him to do it.
I don't think Savannah wants him to do it in Cleveland.
It's gonna be weird for him to do the retirement tour as a Laker.
Yeah,
because
that's not going
to make us think that he a Laker, and everybody's like, "You're not a Laker."
Technically speaking, he's played for the Lakers longer than he's played for any other.
What a Laker feel like? A Laker's like you close your eyes and you imagine him in a Lakers jersey, and that is the third jersey you think of LeBron in.
Yeah. Like you're not a Laker, dog. You're not a Laker.
Honestly, like he had some great years with the Lakers. You're much more afraid of versions of him in Cleveland and Miami. Okay, like it is what it is.
he just like it doesn't like he won a title with the Lakers and obviously a Finals MVP and everything like that. So like he's gonna get like his jersey retired in LA and everything like that because that's just what they do. But he ain't a Laker for real. Like he not really a Laker, to be real with you. Not even like saying it as a hater, but like Kobe's a Laker, Shaq's a Laker, Magic's a Laker, Shaq's a Laker. You know what I'm saying?
Like a Laker, Meta World Peace or LeBron.
LeBron.
You know, okay, he feels more like a Laker because you think of Meta as like a Pacer.
Even like Ron was on the Houston Rockets at one point. Like,
Well,
Ron's more of a Pacer than a Laker to me.
What about Rick Fox?
Rick Fox is a Laker.
What about Derek Fisher?
Oh, 100% a Laker.
What about Powell?
100% a Laker. Nobody cares about Memphis Grizzly Pau Gasol. Nobody gives a fuck about that.
Part of the whole he's a Laker thing is like you were plucked from obscurity into the limelight, right? With the Lakers. There's that same jump kind of exists for Luka, even though he's been to the finals before, right? But it's kind of like a Kareem jump, right? Like if Kareem is a Laker, then Luka will probably be a Laker if he wins a couple championships with the Lakers. But with LeBron, it's like the spotlight didn't change for LeBron because he's on the Lakers.
It never did. Like he's a cat.
This is where the LeBron show is going. It's going to LA.
Like you're like no matter what, he's always going to be seen as a Cleveland Cavalier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no matter what.
I agree with that.
There'll be a fringe few that see him as a Heat. But
people, let's be real, man. People are not even gonna see him as a Heat, like a Heato for real. Like he's a Cleveland Cavalier. When they won in 2016, he was officially like he's forever a Cav.
His most iconic moment of his career is in the Cavs jersey.
Yeah,
agreed.
Like he's a Cleveland Cavalier. I feel the same way about Kyrie. To be honest with you, like you are a Cleveland Cavalier.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's like, what number do you think LeBron wears when you close your eyes? It's like 23.
23.
Yeah.
Or primarily in Cleveland, right? Kyrie, what number do you think of when you think of Kyrie? I forget you wear 11. Okay. I think of 2, right? There are some players who just, they're like, if you look at the Cavs roster right now, I wonder when did it get to that? Is it to that point with Donovan? Is Donovan a Cav? You don't think so?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
What else does he have to fucking do?
Don't get out the second round.
Yeah,
it's his fault.
I don't disagree, but like,
hey, blame him one iota for what happened in this season.
The other thing too is like you had like one of the games last year against Orlando. Did he get the 50 points last year against Orlando?
They lost,
right? But I'm saying like you for Donovan at this point, like, and I know he had the 70-point game in the regular season. He needs to have a postseason moment. Like,
I feel like he's had postseason moments. It's like everybody around him has conspired to make that shit not matter. Like the 48-point game. Did something break?
No,
I just saw Mike Malone, former Denver Nuggets head coach, on the sideline for ESPN, talking about why Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the real MVP because of how he took over in the second half.
Oh
boy.
And I'm like, oh, that is nasty.
What is it with former Nuggets head coaches and loving to spill shit between him and George Karl?
You know what? With like the former coaches, it's starting to become like WCW in the 90s, where like you get fired from WWE and you get hired at WCW the next day, and they're like, "Hey, talk shit about the other place, buddy." Like,
right?
Microphone. Tell us why Vince sucks.
Oh, that is nasty, bro. That's nasty.
Hey, and low key, I gotta say this. Feels kind of bitch made. Like you could have said this shit while he was still playing in the second round, man.
I agree 100%.
You waited until he got eliminated in Game 7 to say something. Now you puffing your chest out. That's crazy.
I mean, they did the same shit with the Lakers a couple years ago when they won the title too. Like they spent, instead of talking about who they won against in the finals, they ended up talking about the Lakers and beating them in the conference final. Like he's been kind of doing this.
Can I point out I hate how good life is for JP right now from a sports perspective? Every time I look at his tweets, he's all caps, yeah. And I'm like, shut up, bro.
Don't worry, Jaguars season's coming up.
They will hurt him.
I will see it will hurt him and it will help us.
I hope.
You are rooting for JP's sadness in this football season
to continue. I would hate for this happiness to continue.
All you're gonna post is the guy at his enemy's funeral.
Nah, look, the Jaguars gonna give us a number 1 overall pick. I'm like, hey, get back a motherfucker, ain't it? You want to trade Trevor Lawrence? You know, you got to have the conversation. Should you have kept your own pick?
Hey, when we get our get back on JP, it's gonna be so great, bro. It's gonna be so great. You know it's coming too. We gonna get our get back.
Yeah. Let the Jaguars luck into us getting Francisco Mendoza, who he loves, and he turns into what he thinks Trevor Lawrence should be. Damn, didn't y'all have that pick? That's crazy, bro.
It's about to be the Panthers all over again.
Who y'all had to draft? Garrett Nussmeier in the second round? No, Carson Beck. Y'all had to take Carson Beck. Damn, that's the successor. Florida will Florida him sooner than later. I don't love what's happening. He's posting that damn WrestleMania 17, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese thing. I'm like, why are you making me think about WrestleMania 17 right now? Why are you ruining that for me? Brothers ruining the Rocket Stone Cold for me. I can't believe it. By the way, I hate WWE for what you did. Okay. You did this to me. Okay. We got super chats.
We got 4 or 5.
All right.
We got 5.
All right. Someone said, I promised a college football stream during one of the Browns games. I think the Browns came back in that game just to lose.
Yeah.
I feel like it was the Denver game where I was like, I think this is going to get bad. It might have been the Baltimore game. Q lied, the Cavs can't win with small guards. What does Damo like about the fucking Cavs, man? He don't like the small guards. He don't like Evan Mobley. Does he just not
Okoro.
like the Cavs?
Isaac Okoro.
That's the only good basketball take he's got.
God bless him. Because like he watches the Cavs so much, and the only thing keeping him here is fucking Isaac Okoro.
Yeah,
I respect it.
After this offseason, he's not gonna have anything left.
Don't you dare put that evil on me, Cole.
When I get that notification on my phone, I'm calling you.
I know you're
not getting
it. No, here's the thing. What brings you to the table on Isaac? Because like he's not even one of them dudes. I'm like, oh well, he does like dunk really nice. Like I don't get what the draw is. It just grit? Is it grit and grind?
A bit, yeah. Like for me, it's all like because this has always been my thing with Isaac, right? Like I've long said that. Look, do I think that the guy's a superstar? No, I don't. But I think that he's somebody who can be a very good role player on a championship team.
What's the best version of Isaac Okoro? Like the best like comp for him on a team that won a championship?
That is a great question. I
feel like that derails the whole thing with Isaac, don't it?
Let me tell you something, Q. You're not gonna come up with a good answer. Because guys like Isaac usually don't play on championship teams, to be real with you.
Is Nembhard like Isaac Okoro, but like makes threes in the postseason? Is this what the experience is like? Is he like Isaac Okoro most of the year, and then the playoffs happen, he just turns into Nembhard?
See,
he's Isaac.
I would look at Isaac and basically just see like, okay, fine, I finally have Tony Allen. Like, I have that guy that can be a lockdown defender.
This is the thing, though. Tony Allen could score occasionally. Like, at least he can score at least a little bit. And the thing, I think the thing that frustrates me with Isaac is that he's so athletic, but he just can't do anything offensively. Bro.
No,
like,
and that's what frustrates the hell out of me, and it's why it would piss me off like with JB before. But for me, I would look at him and I thought that his strengths were the fact that, you know, his cutting ability and using that athletic ability to get to the bucket, and also like using him as a screener, I thought also helped him too. But like, again, instead of just planting him in the corner and just telling him to sit there, that does not like.
Well, here's the thing with Isaac though, he lacks length and he can't catch.
Yeah, weirdly can't catch the ball.
Yeah, and that's the thing like that separates him from like a Tony Allen, because Tony Allen was long. He's not long. So like Tony Allen, like the thing that makes him useful is 1s, 2s, 3s, and some 4s, right? Like in a pinch, he can wall up a 5 and not foul, right? And just make a 5 shoot.
Right.
Isaac is 2s and 1s, maybe a small 3, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, I hear that.
Yeah, and I think that's all. Like if he just had a 6'8" wingspan, I think there would be a lane for him on this basketball team. But there's just not a lane for him because he's like, we can't play him because he needs to play the 1 or 2. You have to play Darius with him. Yeah. And if Darius is out there, they're just going to switch to Darius. So his defensive impact is minimized. So what you end up having to keep Mobley in is just it fucks up the rotations trying to keep him viable because he's not useful offensively.
Right.
And I think the reason he's not useful offensively, why he doesn't have more of a dribble drive game, is he has no length.
See,
so he can't pick up on the drive and do anything with it other than cradle it like a football and try to run through people. So, and he's not like, he's athletic, but he's not springy. So he can't like get off 2 and bang on somebody, right, in the way that you need to.
He's really athletic, but it's almost like he doesn't have like
he playing the wrong.
He don't have functional athleticism for basketball. It's weird. It's like I can see where he's athletic, but he doesn't. He really gets in situations where he can actually use his athleticism, or he feels comfortable using his athleticism on the court. And with a guy like that, bro, like you just like I said, I can't pay you $11 million if we can't even really use you.
Like what? I think the best parallel for him is like Thabo Sefolosha.
Basically,
yeah,
guys like Thabo, like who's the I can't even say Andre Robertson from the Thunder because like Andre Robertson was like 6'8" and long as hell.
See, one thing real quick, okay? Tony Allen was 6'4" with a 6'9" wingspan.
Okay.
Hey.
Draft combine, Isaac is 6'6" with a 6'8" and a half wingspan.
That half inch.
That 6 inches really does it for you.
It does make a difference. In the NBA, that half inch, that right there, that matter. That matter. And like we got to be real. Tony Allen is a crazy man, right?
Yeah, that's also very fair. That's very fair.
Tony Allen was like, I forget. I saw a clip of him talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man." He was talking about. You thought he was talking about offense because it was like, "Yeah, the only person to get 40. You know, I got 40 on, right? It was Melo." And I'm thinking he put 40 up on Melo. He talk about Melo scored 40 on him, and like, how it will never happen again. I think what the story is like, Paul Pierce tried to tell him what to do, and he was like, "Man, get the fuck out of my face, Paul!" Trying to give me all these tips, like you ain't about to defend him. And then Paul was like, "Okay, all right, he gonna put 40 on your ass then," and then he put 40 on me. Carmelo promptly jumped to put 40 on me, but. Yeah, he just don't got to be the Tony Allen, and his on-ball defense is. I hate to say this. It's not as good as it needs to be him, right? Like he needs to be Avery Bradley, in order to exist in the way that people want him to exist. And my man is simply not Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley was cold too.
Yeah,
absolutely,
legitimate cut your water off code.
He held a lot of those.
You ever hear Jeff T talk about Avery Bradley, man?
I'm about to look that up.
Oh yeah, he's like, bro, Avery Bradley got in there. I could have bring the ball up. Bro, I thought the Pacers had 5 Avery Bradleys on defense. The way they were fucking playing us,
man. Hey, how many more super chats we got? Because we got to get out of here.
Yeah. We've been going for a while.
All right. Rex Fortune says, I'm at work, so I'll catch the replay. Love the show. Labs, y'all give me also. Shout out to our night shift workers.
Damn right.
Shout out to the night shift, man. Shout out to the night shift.
All right. Where else do we got them? Where else? Come on, man. I'm just starting to enjoy the game. Don't do this.
Hey, no, Q. No, Q.
I know I heard it's good. I know about it. I'm aware that it exists. I'm just like, y'all, let me enjoy the game before you try to push me deeper.
Hey, by the way, Cole, by the way, solo leveling was fucking fantastic.
Oh, my God. Okay, Cole.
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I'm telling you. I told you.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but I'm being serious for a second. And I'm not even trying to fuck with you. After you finish the game, you should actually watch the anime because it ties back into things that happened in the game.
I'll consider it. You know,
it's on Netflix. Like it's actually really good. Like after you finish the game, you're gonna want to watch it and you're gonna be like, nah, it was worth it. It was 100% worth it.
All right. You know, I'm just now trying this RPG thing out. You know, let me ease in to this thing. See here. D-Book shoes look like Ugg boots. Good one.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I think we got them all, right?
There's one more. There's one more above that Domo sent.
I got to pre-screen his. Okay.
Yeah, that one. After that last one.
Yeah, he is not. He cannot just be on here unfiltered. AD at his peak, top 7. DG in his peak isn't top 30. 3 small guard lineup is trash. 2 bigs that can't create their own shot is trash. Brother, Evan can't create his own shot.
He is just like lying about this, and I don't have time. Like I just don't have time. Domo was trying to compare Evan to Ben Wallace the other day, and I was just like, all right,
Isaac Okoro,
but we'll defend Isaac Okoro to his last breath. Like I can't take this man seriously.
There's got to be something else motivating this man. Like,
bro, Ben Wallace has never averaged more than 9.7 points per game in the season. Evan just
Wallace is just that. Even if you want, like, Ben Wallace is a completely different defensive player than Evan Mobley.
like Evan averaged 18.5 and a career low in minutes. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, Evan Mobley.
Hey, Tri-C great.
Tri-C great. Not going. We'll never take that away from him.
Damn right.
Cavs great.
Damn right.
You remember that one year he was on the Cavs?
Dude, I when I was a kid, I was a massive Ben Wallace fan. And so when they traded for him, I lost my I didn't care that he was old as shit. I lost my goddamn mind when they traded for fucking Ben Wallace at his old
Think about that, bro. LeBron is old enough to have played through Ben Wallace's prime.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben Wallace is old as shit. Like, you ever see Ben Wallace like today? Mm-hmm. And you're like, wow, that guy used to play against LeBron.
Hey, one thing about Ben Wallace too, I just want to say real quick, one of the most athletic players I've ever seen in my life.
Like the first team LeBron took down, all those dudes are old and very retired, right? Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber.
Dude, shout out Jason Maxiell.
Like, all those dudes aren't even young enough to be in Ice Cube's Big Three anymore.
Bro, Darvin Ham.
Damn, Darvin Ham was on that team.
Yeah. Shout out Darvin. Yeah. Hey, shout out family friend Darvin Ham.
Darvin Ham. Right. Let me tell you something. He had such a long career, apparently, as a player that I never noticed. Okay. When I found out Doc Rivers played in the NBA in like 2002, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, no, what was Doc's last year? I can't believe it was 2002. I think he was a coach, right? Because then when he coached the Magic.
No, his last year was 96.
Yeah, it was like okay. What Mark Jackson? His last year was what? 90. He was on them Jalen Rose Pacers team, right?
Yeah. Dog. There was a year in Ben Wallace's career, bro.
Mark Jackson's last year was 04.
Damn.
There was a year in Ben Wallace's career where he averaged 15 rebounds a game. And he only averaged 6.9 points, but 15.4 rebounds and 3.2 blocks a game.
True story. I owned a Ben Wallace jersey before I owned a LeBron jersey growing up.
Man, Ben was crazy. Bro, he was finishing like high in MVP voting, and he didn't even average 10 points a game. Do you know how insane of a defender you have to be? You don't even average 8 points, and people are like, nah, man, that's one of the 10 best players in the league.
Dude, think about it like this too. Ben's 6'9", right? And he averaged in 01-02, or for 3 years between 2001 and 2004, he averaged 3.5 blocks, 3.2 blocks, and 3 blocks a game.
At 6'9".
At 6'9".
Yeah, it's crazy.
When you factor in the rebounding number, Ben Wallace is the only player I've ever seen guard Chet one-on-one successfully.
And this is what I'll end the podcast on. We're saying all of this about Ben Wallace and how LeBron played in the same era of basketball as Ben Wallace. This is what this motherfucker looks like today. Okay. This is Ben Wallace.
Man, he got his old man glasses and everything, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
He look like he about to tell you to pull them pants up, son. You know what sagging comes from? He gonna give you that speech. You know what sagging is, what it comes from? Like, you about to get the whole damn speech from Mr. Wallace. I don't even feel comfortable calling him Ben. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Like, that man looked like somebody's spouse's dad.
Yeah.
And you were terrified to meet him. But,
oh, man.
Yeah, Mr. Wallace. But y'all have a great one. Thank y'all for joining us late. Someone said he looked like goddamn Ed Reed.
He do look like Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Hey, LeBron was playing basketball during Ed Reed's prime. You really want to feel old? Who are the best quarterbacks? LeBron's second year in the NBA.
Dude, LeBron's rookie year was in Ben Wallace's age 29 year.
Bruh, LeBron rookie year and Eli Manning rookie year the same fucking year.
That's crazy.
Phillip Rivers, same draft. Ben Roethlisberger, same draft. Kellen Winslow, same draft.
Hey, bro.
Same draft is Phillip Rivers has had 10 kids since then.
Yes.
Bro, and I thought Phillip Rivers held on way too long. Bron's still going.
Bron's still going. Still going. Everybody in that draft class is retired. Okay. Bron's still out here trying to hoop. Like,
is he Kellen Winslow in jail?
Yes, on some heinous charges.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that shit happened my first year on YouTube. Okay, like that.
That's right.
That was,
man. Bron probably done party with Kellen Winslow at one point in his life and seen that.
Bron got in an altercation with Braylon Edwards' entourage.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh my God.
Yes, this man is old as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Rondo wore pro models, snapbacks, dad hats, do-rags, back to dad hats, back to snapbacks. That's how old Bron is.
Dude,
Bron is so fucking old. He came into the league wearing baggy clothes and he about to leave wearing baggy clothes. Like every shit got tight and then loosened back up all in LeBron's career.
Dude, LeBron's old enough to where he has a meme of him taking a photo with a flip phone.
Yeah, and he got a meme of him holding a PlayStation 2. Yeah. PlayStation 2. This is the last thing I will say about LeBron James. My man is old. Okay. He used to bring a CD player to the locker room, and now he brings his child. Okay. Like,
his grown child, by the way.
His
child
rookie year in Cleveland was about that big. Okay. Wasn't like a little toddler walking around with the personality when he got drafted here. That motherfucker was a baby. Okay. Bryce wasn't even born yet. Okay.
Oh,
that's how old LeBron is. Ooh. That man is old. Okay. Old. Think about that. Think about the fashion trends. Think about what was hot in 2004, Kobe. Jay-Z was hot in 2004.
About to say Rockaware was hot in 2004.
Yeah. People were wearing their S-dots. It's crazy. Crazy. 04. Dave Chappelle hadn't even disappeared yet. He was still skinny, talk like this, see? Like he knows that Dave Chappelle. Like,
man.
Kevin Hart, whole run. Okay.
Bron's career.
Bron's prime. Like, Bron was the MVP by the time Kevin Hart came about.
Bro, in 04, we were just getting the second term of George Bush.
Still playing basketball.
People were still trying to convince you the war on drugs was a real thing.
Oh my God.
Yes. That's how long ago it was.
Shout out, Bron, man. Shout out, Bron.
Bro, Tom Brady got his third ring that year.
Healthy marriage.
He wasn't even in GOAT convos yet, man.
No, he was still overrated.
Bro, he was still chubby Tom. He was still chubby Tom.
Like, yeah, he ain't shit without Bill. Like, that was the peak of the he ain't shit without Bill.
Oh,
he ain't even got Randy. Okay.
Bro, you want to know how old that
Randy was on the fucking Vikings still.
Bro, February of 2004 fucking Facebook started.
Oh,
bro, Mike
Ron's been in the league longer than fucking Facebook.
Mike Vick was on Madden. Whole career. Mike Vick was on the Falcons, went to jail and retired and became a 10-year veteran on the sports commentary scene. LeBron's prime. like,
greatest we ever seen, man. Greatest we ever seen.
We will never see anything better than LeBron James as long as we live, and we just have to come to grips with that. This is why I think this is the last thing I'll say, and we're done. We got to be done after this because I
got you.
Yeah, but this is the last thing I'll say. We will never accept that there is no dominant force in the NBA because all we knew growing up was there was a dominant force in the NBA. LeBron, Kobe, one of those dudes were in the league, right? If you're older than me, you saw Jordan, right? Ain't gonna be nothing like that anymore, okay?
Nah, it's over with. That's over with. It's done.
It's gonna completely change how we talk about who could be the best player on the championship team. But that is it. Thank y'all for watching Q and Co. We gotta head out. Peace.